regional duels as they will take on Linn-Mar in this semifinal round, and the winner of that duel will move on to take on Iowa City High. Good evening, everybody. Along with Roger Reed, I am Jamie Vasky. And Roger, last night we got to see an exciting duel which saw West Delaware get back to the state duels for the first time since 2013. Tonight we get a chance to see the Bobcats get back for the second year in a row, and they've got a great chance to do that here tonight.
Well, they certainly do. They're going to take on Linn-Mar, the Linn-Mar Lions, who are ranked number 20 in the IHSAA dual team poll, the latest poll there. Western Dubuque comes in at number 14, and then the Iowa City Little Hawks, the City High Little Hawks are having a great year. But this is going to be a great duel. Western Dubuque's got to get by Linn-Mar first, and they've got a great opportunity to do that. And I think Coach Cleary is fired up about the opportunity that stands in front. You know, Western Dubuque out of the WAMAC, they wrestle a tough schedule, and that tough schedule gets them ready for meets like tonight, Jamie. And we look forward to Coach Cleary having the Bobcats ready to go. And this first meet will get underway here pretty quick. And once that meet's done, we're expecting a Bobcat victory. Then we're going to see the Little Hawks and the Bobcats go at it for a trip to the well.
Absolutely, as you talked about the strength of the WAMAC Conference. After last night, already 3 WAMAC teams in the Class 2A state duels, so a very impressive showing for the WAMAC Conference last night. I believe there was 8 WAMAC teams wrestling in regional duels last night, so the WAMAC Conference well represented in the regional duels this season, and hopefully we see the Bobcats add another team to the state duels in Class 3A. We're going to start this dual meet off at heavyweight, and I would go through the lineups, and I tell you what, we really don't like to go through the lineups in these regional duels because the coaches kind of pull out all the stops, and we're not sure who we are going to see at specific weights. So we will announce them as they come to the mat. But we're going to take a short break. I had a chance to catch up with Western Dubuque head wrestling coach Paul Cleary about this dual meet here tonight. We'll bring that interview your way next as we take a short break and bring you back. You're listening to Bobcat Wrestling from KMCH Sports.
Animal Health Clinic wishes all area athletes in tournament action the best of luck. Dr. Virgil Borick with the Animal Health Clinic in Dyersville has been serving the area since 1982, tending to the health needs of animals large and small. Animal Health Clinic, 1657 15th Avenue Southeast in Dyersville, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 until 5, Saturday, 7:30 until noon, or call them at 563-875-6083 to schedule an appointment.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
Edgewood Feed Mill wishes all the area athletes good luck in tournament play. Edgewood Feed Mill, where improved nutrition and modern technology produce healthier food for healthier living. Edgewood Feed Mill, your full feed and grain service and U.S. feed dealer in Edgewood.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
DNS Portables would like to wish all area athletes, teams, and coaches the best of luck in tournament play. They appreciate all the hard work and dedication put forth in the gym and the classroom. Good luck from DNS Portables in Dundee.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Joined now by Western Dubuque head wrestling coach Paul Cleary. And Coach, getting ready for the regional duels tonight, and a matchup that you guys have had already once this year back at the Linn-Mar duels. You beat Linn-Mar 33-28 in that dual meet. But I tell you what, looking at that dual meet, it was a 7-7 split. I think you guys went 3-2 in falls. They had a major decision. I think you guys received a forfeit. So bonus points are going to be very important in tonight's duel.
The bonus points and swing matches are going to be critical. We did not match up terribly well with Linmar last time. They have some very, very good wrestlers. They're coached very well. Coach Ryan Gatto, former Bobcat, so we're going to throw that in there. And then Coach Stryker, All-American at Iowa. They'll have their guys ready to go, and we will too. I think that's going to be a super exciting duel. There'll be a lot of key matches because, we're supposed to have a shot at taking on City High and trying to get our teams back to state duels. So pretty excited about that opportunity.
And then you guys did see them at the Bob Looters. I think you guys only had one head-to-head matchup with them in that tournament that Saturday, which is kind of, it's a huge tournament, so not surprising that you didn't see that many. What are some things you look at as far as the rematch with these guys? You beat them 33-28. That's a close duel, but so many things can change. What are some of the things you're trying to get the kids to focus on here as they get ready for the rematch here? You might have beat someone one time. How do you keep them focused on make sure you don't overlook them? Or if you got beat, don't be afraid to go out and lose again and wrestle well. What are you doing to get the kids in kind of that mindset?
We've really just been talking about getting better and then focusing on really tweaking our conditioning. And we know Linmar is going to be a single-leg fireman chicken wing team, so you talk about what they do well. Those are three things that I know them for. They always have good firemen, and they have good chicken wings, and so you got to be ready for that. And then you got to go out there and wrestle your match too. And who knows what kind of moves they're going to make? The flip is obviously very important. The general public out there winning the flip. There's key weights we want them to report first set. I don't know if they care about that or not, but that's part of the whole deal right now this time of year. Trying to beat them, which will be tight, and then getting the opportunity to try and get the team back to stay with City High. And City High's got a great team. So, tough things we've been working on.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that City High team. You don't want to overlook them, but if you were to wrestle City High in that second duel, a team that won the Mississippi Valley Conference, and that's the thing with these two teams, you're going to become very familiar with them next year joining the MVC. But both teams, a lot of tradition at Linmar, but a City High team who's kind of on the rebound these last couple of years, winning the Mississippi Valley Conference.
Oh, absolutely. Gatto and I were about the same age. He was at Co when I was at Loris, and Kyle was at Wartburg when I was at Loris too. So we're kind of all same era, and we've known each other, watching each other coach, and so forth. And City High's got a really good team, and it's just matchups is a big part of it at this point in time, and getting hot. And they're supposed to beat us, and they're supposed to beat Linmar. We weren't supposed to beat Ankeny Centennial either. I think they're ranked 8th or 9th or whatever at the Linmar duels. And we got hot against those guys, and a lot of it's the energy this time of year. The energy in our team and in our room is really positive. We have had some really good practices, and I think a big part of it too is not wanting the season to be over for everyone and wanting to move to the next step and accomplish your goals. And so we're working a lot on the mental stuff, thinking about goals, having team meals, spending time together outside the wrestling room, really gelling as a family and as a brotherhood. And I think that's really important to helping us go out there and fight for each other in a dual meet here against Linmar and City High. I think that's really important.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you joining me here tonight. Best of luck in the duel tonight.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for all you guys do.
As Western Dubuque head wrestling coach Paul Cleary will be back to get this dual meet underway in just a little bit. You're listening to Bobcat Wrestling from KNCH Sports.
Best of luck to all our area athletes, teams, and coaches from your tax professionals at H&R Block in Manchester. Nobody gets more of your money back than Block. Visit them today to get your maximum refund, guaranteed. Based on maximum refund guarantee, not everyone gets a refund. For details, visit H&R Block at 1208 West Main Street in Manchester.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call on a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Stop by Dyersville Comics and Games, your local comic book and gaming store today. Gaming events go on daily, and there is a great selection of comics and games to choose from. It's definitely worth a stop. Dyersville Comic and Games, located on 2nd Avenue Southeast in Dyersville. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches on a successful season.
The victory is yours at Victory Ford.
Hey, this is James Halverson, Service Manager at Victory Ford in Dyersville. Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape. And our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello appreciates all the hard work and dedication put forth in the classroom and in the gym. Best of luck to all area athletes in tournament play from your dairy experts. Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply in Monticello.
Heiberger Insurance in Epworth and Heritage Mutual Insurance handle a variety of insurance products serving Dubuque and surrounding eastern Iowa counties. Working together with neighbors, helping neighbors remains their focus. You can rely on Heiberger Insurance of Epworth and Heritage Mutual for all of your property and liability insurance needs. Proud supporters of the Western Dubuque Bobcats.
And welcome back into Western Dubuque Wrestling here on KMCH as we've got the regional duels getting set to get underway here as our coverage of Bobcat Regional Dual Wrestling tonight brought to you by State Farm Insurance, the Julie Smith Agency, Dyersville Comics and Games, Brown Sales and Leasing and Victory Ford, Kramer Brothers Dairy Supply, and Heiberger Insurance. We're going to start tonight's duel at heavyweight. As looks like we've got Nathan Simon out on the mat for the Bobcats to start this dual meet out at heavyweight. Looks like he's taking on Cleo Garrels of Linmar. And the Bobcats and the Linmar Lions will look to advance to take on the Little Hawks of Iowa City High.
We didn't have any ankle bands, Jamie, so Coach Connell putting his track shoes on and sprinting across the gym. We've got some ankle bands now, so we are ready to rumble. Hey, look at this gym, Jamie, right in front of us. We got Bobcat Nation. They're filling a fourth of this gym right here, and that's a good thing. All right, underway, weight class 285, and Nathan Simon for the Bobcat, short and stocky, taking on a very tall but large Cleo Garrels. He's a sophomore from Linmar. And we don't have any records of any of these guys here, but I can tell you what, Nathan Simon has done an excellent job here for the Bobcats filling in. And then anytime you're an understudy to a state champion, Jamie, that's going to make you better.
Well, it certainly is. And one thing to note here on tonight's dual meet, Roger, is these two teams will wrestle each other. They're both going to be in Epworth for that district that Western Dubuque will host on Saturday. So, you can take, similar to, West Delaware and Union and Crestwood last night, is you're going to see a lot of the same matchups in Saturday's district tournament that you're going to see in the regional duels. So the Bobcats, you don't really think about it in a regional duel, but a seed could possibly be on the line here. And the Bobcats have wrestled Linmar early. They wrestled earlier in the season. It was Western Dubuque winning 33-28. 33-28. So in a close duel, I think it was a 7-7 split. It's going to be stalling first on Simon. Now stalling on Garrels, as neither wrestler really both taking their turns backing up here. So basically a double stall called by our official, and our officials tonight should sound very familiar because they are the same two officials that were in Manchester last night. Lenny Mays from the Coggin area, and Greg Becker from the Jessup area.
Well, that's quite a road trip there for Greg Becker. I'll tell you what, that was Nathan Simon with the front headlock. He's got a Nevlin on the much taller Cleo Garrels. He tried to snap him down with 16 seconds left to go. He had him down on all fours. As they went out of bounds, he's got it locked up again. He snapped Garrels down and sitting kept the corner. Nathan Simon's going to pick up two with 4 seconds left to go on the clock. And I'll tell you what, as a coach, you like to see that, Jamie, taking advantage of short time, getting a good takedown and taking the lead going into the second period.
And he really did a good job. You mentioned getting the front headlock, and that was quite a tall task because he really had to reach up to get that front headlock on Garrels, as much taller as Garrels is than Simon. So see if he can go back to work here on that front headlock, as we saw him hit it twice, and the second time he hit Bader and got the 2-point takedown.
They did a nice job with it. It's going to be Garrel's choice, or excuse me, Simon's choice is going to defer over to Garrel's, and Garrel's is going to take neutral. Right back to the feet they go, and we'll see if Nathan Simon can lock up that front headlock. Garrel's is, he looked over to Coach Stryker in between periods, and Coach Stryker said, hey, you got to stay tall, you got to keep your head up and stay in good position, keeping your elbows in, and Nathan Simon's doing a good job trying to get elbow control. He's got a 2-on run right now. He's got a Russian ties, got the left hand of Girls tied up, and now he tried to short drive through, and the sophomore from Linn-Mar is going to square him off, and back to action we go. 1:11 and counting, just underway here from City High, historic high school in East Iowa City here. A lot of history. Here. There's a throw attempt by Simon. Let's see if he can lock it up. He's going to pick up 2. If he keeps his knees on here, Jamie, he's going to pick up some back points. Referee not counting. There's some back points, and as Girls rolled through, he took Simon with them, but he's going to get 2 for the takedown and no near fall points. Look up on the Gatorade Player of the Year award here hanging in the gym, Jamie, and none other than 4 years in a row from 92 to 94. It's none other than TD, Timmy DeWhite. So a lot of history in the City High Gymnasium, and
I don't think he ran track and field here though.
No, he didn't. There's a half Nelson by Simon. He's got Girls going to his back. Girls tried to roll through. Simon caught the left arm, is going to square up and tee off with 27 seconds left. Our officials now looking for the fall. Nathan Simon up on top. He's got to work his chest back up on top. He's a little bit flat with it. Hill's doing a nice job keeping that left arm up for Linn-Mar. Simon trying to end this right here with a fall, trying to tee out. Referee looking close. That's going to be the fall. And 3:57. Nathan Simon will get the Bobcats up on the 3:53. 7 seconds to go on the clock.
I know it's two straight nights of wrestling for you, so
hey, that's getting us in condition for next week. You try to do that. You know, we always joke about our snaps is not snaps fast enough, and hopefully that'll quicken the pace.
I didn't even have to say a word. You didn't take the look that I was looking at the scoreboard gave that away for you.
That is right. Well, we're going to weight class 106 right now. We've got Dawson Nip Bierman taking on Brandon O'Brien for Linn-Mar, and Bierman's definitely got the size advantage here. Brandon O'Brien, a freshman, Dawson Bierman, a junior. I'm telling you what, the little guy from Linn-Mar is holding his own, and I'm telling you what, he is little. I'm not sure what he tipped the scales out here, but couldn't have been much over 100 pounds. There's a slide by attempt by Bierman in on a single. Hard whizzer by O'Brien. Bierman cuts across to a double. He's going to get his hips under and lift and pick up the 2-point takedown. Guy looks for a half Nelson on O'Brien. O'Brien's going to cover him up. Nice Turk by Bierman. Bierman's got a Turk in on the left leg of O'Brien. Guy's trying to work a crossface from right to left, and Bierman's going to kick the Turk out. Now a cross body ride by Dawson Bierman. And the far side half Nelson. O'Brien doing a nice job latching along the right leg of Bierman. He's trying to pull that right leg under and face him off. Now he's going to turn and face Bierman off and almost pick up a 2-point reversal on the edge of the mat. So a lot of spunk here by the undersized freshman from Linn-Mar.
Yeah, and Bierman doing a good job, and this is the first time the Bobcats have wrestled since that Womack tournament. They didn't have a duel last week, but I tell you what, a good opportunity here for Bierman. He was the Womack runner-up at 106 pounds, losing to Keaton Zinat of DeWitt in that final of the Womack tournament. So, been wrestling well all season long, has Dawson Bierman, and he's looking to continue that here tonight. And again, all the Bobcats, they do not have sectionals in Class 3A, so they just go right to district. So all the Bobcats will compete Saturday in Epworth at that district meet. Do the 3A meets don't start at noon, do they?
No, they do not. They start a bit earlier.
Yeah, I think 10 o'clock. But I tell you what, all the Bobcats in line trying to get to that state meet, and so still alive as they go right to district, same as Class 1A and 2A. The top two advance from each weight class.
Going to be Linmar's choice as O'Brien takes a peek at Coach Stryker, and he's going to defer over. Bierman will choose down to start period number 2. So we'll see which side that O'Brien decides to ride on. He's going to go to the right side of Bierman and quickly puts a cross body ride in as Bierman comes to a stand-up, and a quick stalling call on O'Brien as he has not returned Bierman to the mat. Tilt attempt now by O'Brien. O'Brien throws a leg lace in, his right leg on the inside the left leg of Bierman. Bierman's going to hit a hard whizzer, step down that left leg, and pick up a 1-point escape. It's 6-0. It's 6-0 now. Or excuse me, 3-0. That team scores on the bottom. Individual match score on top. 3-0. Takedown and an escape now for Dawson Bierman as he takes the lead here. There's a tap and go by O'Brien. He's in deep on a low single. Bierman does a nice job with the down block, making himself heavy, making the undersized O'Brien carry all of them. Hard whizzer now by Bierman. O'Brien's going to cut the corner and spike the left heel of Bierman and try to limp arm out of that whizzer. Might be a 2-point takedown, defensive takedown by Dawson Bierman if he can take O'Brien to the mat. Yes, he does. Once you get a leg lace, his left leg inside the right leg of O'Brien. Now a half Nelson by Bierman. Going to have to throw a far side half Nelson in there, Jamie. See if he kicks that leg free. As O'Brien's going to sit on that left leg of Bierman and keep it caught underneath him. Bierman now 2-on-1 underneath, trying to roll those wrists under of O'Brien. O'Brien now up on all fours. Bierman's going to kick the leg out. Granby roll attempt by O'Brien. Nice chop and a stop by Bierman. Now a tight waist by Bierman, and he's got his left hand wrapped all the way around the waist of Brandon O'Brien. Again, 19 seconds left to go. O'Brien now trying to latch onto that left arm and hit a side roll on Bierman. Bierman throws a half Nelson in him. Jamie, he's trying to throw a half Nelson in on O'Brien. He'd throw him right to his back. 7 seconds left to go, and the freshman from Linmar is going to be stalling. There's a half Nelson by Bierman, and a stalling call against O'Brien. That's going to be 1 point for Bierman. It's 6-0 now, going to period number 3.
Yeah, great job. Great period there by Dawson Bierman, and now it's going to be his choice. He's going to go neutral to start. Or, excuse me, it's going to be O'Brien's choice. He chooses neutral to start the third. He's quickly in on a high crotch. Nice hit down there by Dawson Bierman. Again, the Bobcats, the number 14th ranked team in Class 3A for head coach Paul Cleary. His assistant coaches are Matt Manning, Tom Danner, Kevin Kleesner, Troy Brown, Chris Ganzen, Mitch Ganzen, Tyler Horner, Dawson Nemmers, and Dylan Ganzen. For Linmar, head coach Doug Stryker. They're ranked number 20 in the latest rankings as Coach Stryker, a graduate of Starmont High School, I believe a pupil of yours. In the wrestling room, as his assistant coaches are Ryan Gatto, who is a Western Dubuque graduate, Mike Gears, Kelly Seary, Bo Westfall, and A.J. Garcia.
Listen to you, Jamie. That was a long time ago. A lot of fun. On the wrestling mat with Doug and the family. A lot of quality time and a lot of great wrestling. And we got some blood time right now as Dawson Bierman will go to the corner on that slide by. Picked up a bloody nose. So what do you got for us, Jamie?
Mentioned that district at Western Dubuque on Saturday. The Bobcats will host that district meet, and it features, of course, the Bobcats, and we mentioned Linmar here, Cedar Falls, Clinton, North Scott, Pleasant Valley, and Waterloo East and West. So a very tough district at Epworth on Saturday. As, again, our coverage here tonight of the Bobcats and the regional duels brought to you by Three Rivers FS, Riker Shoes, Citizen State Bank, Crop Production Services in Dyersville and Worthington, and the Good Neighbor Society. We appreciate all of our postseason and regular sponsors here for our coverage of this postseason wrestling and basketball here on KMCH. As Bierman and O'Brien back from the blood corner, minute 12 left to go, third period. And the Bobcats lead the duel 6-0 after a fall from Nathan Simon at heavyweight.
Well, Jamie, I'm impressed by Brandon O'Brien. He's given up a lot of size and very quick in on the legs of Bierman. Bierman using his length and his size advantage to down block O'Brien. And Bierman trying to pick up a 2-point takedown with a whip over as he's underneath the left arm of O'Brien and just missed it. He tried to launch him and just was a little bit about a half second slow, and O'Brien had an opportunity to recover and go back on all fours. So we'll get a stalemate with 37 seconds left. And the Bobcat Nation to our left here looking for another 2-point takedown to make this a major. And Jamie, we found out after last night how important those extra 1 or 2 points are in winning dual meets.
Yeah, it really is. You know, that 1 point, you know, for a major decision over a regular decision is absolutely huge. So Bierman's got 26 seconds left here to try to get that takedown and that major decision.
O'Brien back to the center now, off the edge of the mat. Dawson Bierman launched O'Brien, but off the edge of the mat they go. Now we're going to get stalling against O'Brien for backing up, and it's going to be 1 point. It's going to be 1 point for Bierman, making the score 7. Coach Stryker's going to talk to our official here. He's going to talk to our official about O'Brien backing up. Bierman was on the prowl there and looking for some shots. And Coach Stryker's going to have a few words. Coach Stryker's going to have a few words with our official there. And just asking for some clarification. So back to action we go, 17 seconds. Dawson Bierman trying to hit 2 there. There's a slide by Bierman. Couldn't quite get the corner. Reshot now by O'Brien. A headlock attempt by O'Brien. Now high crouch by O'Brien. He's in deep. And Bierman's going to down block. 4 seconds left to go. Trying to cut the corners. Dawson Bierman not going to get it done. So there's a 7-0 win for Dawson Bierman. And that will put the Bobcats up 9-0 after 2. Nice job there by the junior from Western Dubuque, Jamie, getting the win there and getting the Bobcats up 9-0.
Yeah, great job there by Bierman to get the win as we move up to weight class 113. Looks like it's going to be Jalen Kidd for Western Dubuque and Kane Wempen. It's going to be Kane Wempen for Linn-Mar, and you're going to see perhaps a couple Wempens in the lineup here tonight. And I tell you what, that's a real good wrestling family from that Linn-Mar area. As Luke Wempen, or Jacob Wempen, we're going to see later, is very good at 170 pounds. So Jalen Kidd trying to increase this Bobcat lead here at 113. Bobcats leading 9-0.
Well, they did a very nice drop-in single. They almost had a drive cradle on Wempen. Wempen, a freshman. The Linn-Mar Lions, a very youthful team here. There's a sit-out turn and stand-up by Wempen. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape, and we're going back to neutral as Wempen has Kidd in reverse gear. And off the edge of the mat they go. Back to the center. There's the whistle. And a Kidd in a staggered stance, leading with the right leg. Wempen with a square stance. Kidd trying to measure Wempen with that straight arm, that stiff arm to the forehead of Wempen. But Jalen Kidd's got a couple of very quick first steps there. See if he can latch onto that signal again as Wempen goes to a 2-on-1 Russian tie, ties up the left arm, and not allowing Kidd any room at all to attack the legs. Hard collar tie. There's a Kelly off the whistle by Wempen. A little bit too far away. Got his head out now. And Jalen Kidd ought to be able to, well, you thought Kidd was going to come up and take up 2, but it's going to be a 2-point takedown by Wempen. He's got a butcher in. He's got the right arm of Jalen Kidd trapped around his face, trying to throw Kidd to his back with a butcher. Kidd's up on all fours right now. Kidd up on all fours trying to peel the crossface off, but there's a butcher by Kane Wempen. You might have Kidd going to his back all the way now with 21 seconds left to go. Wempen trying to get his chest up on top. Now reverse half Nelson by Wempen. Kidd's going to have to do a good job keeping that left elbow up, that left shoulder up. 10 seconds left to go. Our official down looking for the fall as Wempen readjusts himself. And in 154, it's going to be a fall by Kane Wempen. And Jamie, you called it. After that first takedown by Jalen Kidd, it kind of woke Kane Wempen up, and then he went to work.
Yeah, he really did. And unfortunately, just about made it through that period did Jalen Kidd, but was unable to. So now you got to try to turn things around here. Don't let that pin bug get started here if you're Western Dubuque, and try to get get going here. But it's going to be Joe Gamblin here for the Bobcats at 120 pounds. As I believe Reese Seary for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, Reese Seary is another one of those fine freshmen for Linn-Mar. Taking on Joe Gamblin. Again, both of these teams, if you look at Western Dubuque's lineup, 1, 2, only 3 seniors, Jamie, in the Bobcats lineup. There's Seary with a 2-point takedown on Gamblin. Almost had Gamblin to his back. Gamblin had to go high bridge and roll through. No back points. 9-6 is the lead for the Bobcats right now. So Linn-Mar came back with a fall at weight class 113 with Kane Limpin. So Reese Series now up for the Bobcat or for the Lions, and he's got a quick 2-point lead here with a nice double leg takedown. So Gamblin's got some work to do. Off the edge of the mat they go. Joe Gamblin working the edge of the mat for a restart. Good strategy there. Seary will ride the right side. A chop, tight waist by Seary. He's going to dig a chicken wing. You heard Coach Cleary talk about that, Jamie, in the interview with him, and they've worked on that chicken wing all week. And Seary's got a chicken wing on the right side, trying to drive it forward. So Gamblin now doing a nice job with hand control, but Seary keeps the wing, and now nice job by Gamblin. He's going to roll the right wrist out, take the wing away, but another tight waist by Seary, as he's going to drive Gamblin back to his right side. And once again, Seary's digging a chicken wing on the right side of it. So the Bobcats, Jamie, are going to have to do a good job of keeping those elbows in and under so the Lions can't dig those wings in.
And one of the other things is just build your base right away. Don't give them that opportunity to flatten you out and dig those wings in. And right back up to as Gamblin got to his feet there, and Seary goes right back into that chicken wing on the return. So, like you said, you got to keep those elbows in. Even when you're coming to your feet, if he chops you down, you got to get that arm out of there.
Now Gamblin's doing a much better job now with hand control as it comes to a short sit position. And now a tight waist and chop again by Seary. 2-0 with 2 seconds left to go in period number 1. Again, our dual meet score right now is 9-6 in favor of the Bobcats. As they started with the heavyweight, Nathan Simon with the fall, and then a solid 7-0 decision by Dawson Bierman. So Kane Limpin at 113 for the Lions came back with a fall over Jalen Kidd. So it's 9-6. Let's see whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be a Seary's choice. You're going to defer over to Gamblin, and Gamblin's going to go back down, Jamie. We have to move very, very quickly as Reese Seary came out with a quick takedown and then rode Gamblin out for the remainder of that first period. So outside stand-up attempt by Gamblin, who's to his feet. Going to work some hand control. Should be free there as he turns in. Nice job of Gamblin. He's going to split the hands and turn in and face Seary. Seary tried to drop it on a single. Seary now back in on a single. He's got Gamblin sitting on his left hip. Gamblin's got to be very careful here not to reach back. He tried to reach back to that inside leg, and Seary almost threw a half Nelson in on him. Now outside stand-up again by Gamblin. Hard chop and return by Seary. Seary's got a cross wrist right. His right arm is Gamblin trapped underneath. Seary on all fours, making Gamblin carry all of his weight. So some very quick footwork there by Gamblin, Jamie. And he picked up the escape. But he just couldn't quite come up with the defense to stop that single by Seary.
And now we're going to get a stall warning against Joe Gamblin. So he's really got to go to work here. Got to try to build his base and come up here, does Joe Gamblin. As he got just under a minute left to go in the second period, trailing 4-1. So not out of the match yet, but you got to get an escape here if you're Joe Gamblin. Get some points here in the second period.
And here comes that chicken wing again by Reese Seary, the freshman from Linn-Mar. On the right side, he's got it dug in. Now he's going to go over the top. He's going to snap Gamblin back. Got Joe Gamblin on his back. Now Seary's going to step over the top, a high bridge by Gamblin. He's going to roll through. It's going to be a 2-point near fall for Seary and a 2-point reversal by Gamblin. As Seary got high riding, Gamblin got his hips up and shook Seary off the top and then covered him up. Off the edge of the mat, they go at 6-3. It's going to be Seary's choice in the third period. But that was a good recovery, Jamie. Gamblin looked like he was going to be down for the count.
Yeah, he did, especially when Seary went right into that reverse half. He looked like he might be in trouble there, but he did a good job. And now he's got it. Don't want to give up points, but Seary does a nice job. He hit a standing switch, and picked up a 2-point reversal here with just 10 seconds left to go. Now just 2 seconds. So, again, points at the end of the period can be killer.
8-3 now in favor of Reese Siri. Let's see. Reese Siri's going to go down. Not sure if Reese Siri wanted to go down, but he went down. And Joe Gamblin will go to the sideline there for some injury time. I'll have to take his inhaler. And I haven't seen a whole lot of that this year. Exercise induced, maybe a little bit of asthma there by Joe Gamblin. So he'll have to take some injury time out. So what do you got, Jamie?
When we do that, our broadcast tonight brought to you by All Seasons Auto Body, Edgewood Reminder, the Woodland Eye Clinic, Holtz Construction, and the Milestones Group. So I appreciate those local sponsors keeping us on the air here tonight. So we're back to the center. Third period, Siri chooses down. Again, he leads 8-3. Bobcats lead the duel 9-6 after 3 matches.
There's a stand-up by Siri, and Joe Gamblin puts a cross body right in, and drives Siri back down to the mat. Now hard tight waist with the left by Gamblin. He's going to try to pull Siri off his base. Siri doing a nice job with hand control. Now a knee slide by Siri. Gamblin throws a cross body right back in. That's got the freshman from Linmar frustrated for a little bit. Now Gamblin trying to put a cross base, trying to put a cradle in, trying to lock up a cradle with the leg. Tripod stand-up now by Siri. Gamblin found something that's worked for him. He's got a cradle in on Siri. Let's see if he can kick the leg out. Now he goes side to side, and he's going to try to roll Siri through on the cradle, but off the edge of the mat they go. So I like the strategy there by Joe Gamblin, Jamie. That cross-body right frustrated Siri, and he got the cradle locked up.
Yeah, it really did, and great job by Joe Gamblin. I think if I'm him, I'm getting back to that as quick as I can.
There's a tripod stand-up by Siri. Now a sit-out. Siri's going to turn in and face Gamblin. And now he's going to reach through and trap the left ankle of Joe Gamblin. And now drive Gamblin off his base to his side. He's going to pick up a 2-point reversal. And the score now is 10-3. So you might be thinking Reese Siri's going to let Joe Gamblin up and work for some bonus points here with 45 seconds left to go. That's Coach Stryker's thinking the same thing. He's probably going to give him another 15 seconds or so to try to turn him, and then we'll see if he cut him, having a coaching discussion over there. So Siri's going to cut Gamblin. And no points, but there's a whip over by Siri as he let Gamblin, no back points there. Now Joe Gamblin's going to try a drive cradle of his own.
There still has not been any points.
Now, Siri tried to let Gamblin up. Gamblin set out and faced Siri, and he tried to hit him with a whip over and a roll through. And we'll see what happens here. Reese Siri's going to cut Gamblin loose. It's going to be 10-4. And Joe Gamblin's really got to move his feet here. There's an ankle. There's an outside single by Siri. Nice counter by Gamblin. Let's see if he can hold this thing off. He's going to roll through. No points there. That's a good fight there, Jamie, by Joe Gamblin to only give up 3.
Yeah, it really was. And, not giving up that major decision was huge, and that's just going to tie the duel now instead of giving Linmar the lead. So great job there at the end, fighting off that last takedown by Joe Gamblin. So looks like we're going to see Jack Nauman come to the mat for the Lions here, and Dakota Lau for Western Dubuque at 126 pounds.
So again, thinking they might see each other. Cordis and Nauman see each other. Coach Clear is going to throw Dakota Lau into the lineup here tonight. He's a sophomore. Jack Nauman is a senior. Jack Nauman is a senior for the Lions, and he's going to pick up the first 2-point takedown here. Nice stand-up by Dakota Lau as he gets back to his feet. Nauman dives in on a double. Down block by Lau. Short drag attempt by Nauman as Lau's going to face him off. A lot of action in this first 30 seconds of this match. There's a tap and go by Nauman. He's in deep. Had a double, tried to switch off to a single, and Dakota Lau a nice down block and stopped the senior from Linmar. Headgear malfunction there by Nauman. Stopped it there. Good job by the sophomore, Jamie, to stop that action, stop that double leg by Nauman.
Yeah, great job there. He's been doing a great job at Nauman right back in on a single leg, but Nice little whizzer and kind of a hip down here by Dakota Lau, but now readjusting is Nauman. He's going to pick up a takedown. It's going to be 4-1 here in favor of Nauman.
Yeah, he just stayed after that and got in deep on that single finally with a back trip, set Lau to his backside with 4. It's 4-1 now. 9-9 our dual meet score here. This thing has turned into a very competitive dual meet, as you saw. As you heard Jamie talk about that the first time these two teams met. It was a 5-point or a 3-point or something very, very close. So this thing could come down to the 220-pound match here to decide this. The winner will take on number 6 ranked Iowa City High, the Little Hawks. Nice ride here by Jack Nauman as he's riding the tight waist with his right, a hard chop with his left. He's got Dakota Lau. He's got the left wrist trapped underneath, working a 2-on-1 cross wrist ride by Nauman with 5 seconds left as Dakota Lau belly down on the edge of the mat, and that's how the first period is going to end with Nauman up 4-1. We got some more blood time, Jamie, by Dakota Lau. So they'll go to the blood corner. And as they do, we'll take a short time out. Then we'll be right back with more action. Stay with us. We've got 3A Regional Dual Team Wrestling right here from Iowa City High and Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Riker Shoes is your specialty shoe store in Dyersville. They carry women's shoes to size 13 and men's shoes to size 18. Riker Shoes open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday 9 until 5:30, Wednesday 9 until 1, and Saturday 9 until 4, and evenings by appointment. Best of luck from Riker Shoes in Dyersville.
Hey, wrestling fans, welcome back to City High, Iowa City, and we've got 3A Regional Dual Team action for you right here. Out in front of us right now is number 20 ranked Linn-Mar Lions and the number 14 ranked Western Dubuque Bobcats, and we are knotted up at 9-9 right now after 4 weights. We're in weight class 126 where the senior from Lisbon, Jack Nauman, is taking on the sophomore from Western Dubuque, Dakota Lau, and it's going to be a 1-point escape by Lau. This thing is closing the gap here. It's 4-2 right now in favor of Nauman. Now a long shot by Nauman. Nice down block by Lau. A reshot by Lau. Tries to get the right leg of Nauman, and then Nauman's going to snap and drop his head in, and then dive right back in on a double on Lau. Cover the hips up. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. It's 6-2 right now in favor of Jack Nauman. So Linn-Mar, after falling behind 9-0, have tied this thing back up with a win by Reese Siri and a fall by Kane Wimpin. So the Bobcats fans, Jamie, have not had a lot to get excited about here in these last couple of matches.
Yeah, they started with that big fall from Nathan Simon, and then the 7-0 win from Dawson Bierman. But they've gone a little dormant here as the last 2 matches have ended in losses for the Bobcats, and now a 6-2 deficit here for Dakota Lau. So they need that spark plug, and you just wonder where it's going to come from here for the Bobcats, because the Bobcats have a way of providing that big spark that really turns things around for them in the duel, and I'm sure it's going to be coming here before too long.
Well, I think you're right, and hopefully Dakota Lau's got something left for this third period at 6-2. And it's going to be Nauman's choice. He's going to choose down as Lau ended that period fighting off a chicken wing and a ball and chain. So Nauman very tough on top. There's a quick inside stand-up by Nauman. Lift and return. Tried to lift and return by Lau. He's going to have to even let him go. They're stalling.
There's going to be a point.
And that should be a point. Nauman's going to stay up on his feet. So Lau's going to drop in on a single, and it's probably going to be a 2-point reversal as Lau got a little bit sloppy with the return. And that's going to be a 2-point reversal. 2-point reversal by Nauman, making the score 8-2 now. And a stalling point, you were right, Jamie, a stalling point against Lau. So another point for Nauman. It's 9-2 now with 1:20 left to go. So looks like the Lions are trying to take the lead in this dual meet here with their senior Jack Nauman on the mat at weight class of 126. Hard tight waist now by Nauman. He's working a chicken wing on the left side, and Coach Cleary knew the scouting report on Lisbon is you got to keep your elbows in. Now a double cheer on Linmar. Double chicken wing now by Jack Nauman. He's got wings locked up. He's a little bit high with his lock, which is going to help Dakota Lau. Now a hard step by Nauman. He's got Dakota Lau going to his back. Could be a fall right there, Jamie. There's the fall by Jack Nauman in 5:22. So that will give the Lions the lead here, 15-9, as the Lions have reeled off 3 straight wins and 15 points. So Western Dubuque, Taylor Poulos, J.D. Kleesner, and Jamie, this might be the spark that you were looking for out of the Western Dubuque Bobcats here. Very good J.D. Kleesner. He's a senior taking on Taylor Poulos. He's a freshman for Linmar, but I'm telling you what, he's not shying away from taking on the senior. That's going to be a double leg takedown. That's going to be a double leg takedown by Poulos. Making the score now 2-0. There's a nice switch by Kleesner into a stand-up. There's a headlock by Kleesner, a roll-through by Poulos, high leg over by Kleesner. He's going to pick up a 2-point reversal. Got a reverse half Nelson. The Poulos is up on all fours trying to pull Kleesner down and under. Kleesner's going to get his head out of the way. Kleesner gets a little bit high riding. He's going to have to readjust and get back behind the hips of Poulos. Poulos did a nice job with a sit-out. Short sit-out, turn in. Back to his feet. 1-point escape by Poulos. It's 3-2. Should be 3-2 right now. So J.D. Kleesner had an opportunity there for some big points, but the freshman for Linmar fought out of that. Now a double leg takedown by a shot by Poulos. Nice down block by Kleesner. Front headlock now by Kleesner as he's stuffing the head of Poulos. And Poulos is going to back out and go back to his feet. Hard collar tie with the left by Kleesner. Retied by Poulos. Kleesner gives him a shove away. And Poulos comes right back in, working the head of Kleesner. Kleesner's going to drop it on a single. Let's see if he drives across. He's going to drive across and pull his head out, pick up the 2-point takedown. And Kleesner will go up now 4-3. And that was just a very nice job there by the senior, Jamie.
It really was. Kind of taking advantage is really, just caught Poulos flat-footed, I guess, and hit a nice shot. Just about caught him on his back, too. So great way to end this first period by J.D. Kleesner.
Nice lift. Not going to be any back points. Not going to be 2 near falls. Might have been 2 on that. Boy, Poulos came to a stand-up, but Kleesner dropped in and lifted Poulos up and threw him right to his back. Thought there'd be 2 there for sure, Jamie, but no go. I think he got 1,001 3/4 count there out of our official. Couldn't quite get the 2 count. So Kleesner's choice, he'll choose down. There's a long switch by Kleesner, re-switch by Poulos. Poulos now trying to go high leg over. Nice shot by the senior from Western Dubuque as he picked up the 2. Let's see if he can go right back to work with a claw ride. Got a spiral ride, deep thigh ride with the left. Tries to go to a claw ride with the right. He's going to reach through from the right and pick up that left ankle. Now a tilt attempt by Kleesner. Going to throw a cross body ride in on the left with the power half Nelson on the right side. See if he can stuff the head of Poulos and throw him to his back. Poulos will peel the half off right now with 1:20 left to go. Again, Linmar taking the lead 15-9. There's a nice turk by Kleesner. Going to hook that far shoulder and rotate his hip side, Jamie. He's got to look away from that. Poulos is calling for a chokehold there. Kleesner doing a great job, but no back points there. And to rotate that hip out just a little bit more. He couldn't quite get it. Poulos now to a tripod stand-up, hard chop, and return by Kleesner. 52 seconds left on the clock. Kleesner right in that cross wrist ride. He's got a 2-on-1 now. The right arm of Taylor Poulos trapped underneath. Going to drive Poulos off to his side. And on all fours as J.D. Kleesner applied a lot of forward pressure. Now a tilt attempt, cross wrist tilt attempt by Kleesner. And Poulos once again goes belly down and doesn't give Kleesner anything to work with. So Kleesner now with a half Nelson off the edge of the mat they go. So 6-3. J.D. Kleesner, the fine senior from Western Dubuque, up 6-3 over Taylor Poulos, the freshman for Linn-Mar. Nice shot by Kleesner. Starts on the left, quickly goes over to the right now. Kleesner with the chicken wing of his own on the right side of Poulos. And inside wrist, going to try to drive Poulos to his back and let the wing get just a little bit high. And Poulos comes to a tripod stand-up. Kleesner's going to have to bump him forward. Puts the leg back in. Now a hard jerk by Kleesner. Looking for a crossface and no-go as the second period comes to an end. Nice period there by Kleesner.
It really was. You know, he did a great job getting the reversal in that period and just adding to that lead. Now it's going to be Poulos' choice to go neutral. Like to see, you know, maybe 3 or 4 takedowns out of, I think three would give him a major decision here, but, I guess he needs 4 takedowns here to get that major decision. So I'd like to see him really go to work here in this third period.
Well, it was Poulos' choice, and he went neutral right now, and no hesitation at all. And he's trying to pancake Kleesner. He's got a double underhook and tried to pancake Kleesner. Kleesner wisely pinched those elbows together and backed out. Then you don't want to give up any back points here for J.D. Kleesner. Got to keep wrestling solid position. Poulos, the freshman, trying to work the head. Good collar tie by Poulos. Now an underhook by Taylor Poulos on the right side of Kleesner. Kleesner with a hard collar tie. Kleesner tries to hit him with a duck under. Hip toss attempt by Poulos. And they go off the edge of the mat one more time. Taylor Poulos sprints back to the middle. Kleesner follows him. 106 and counting. Poulos tries to drop it on a single. Nice down block by Kleesner. Let's see if Kleesner can cut the corner on Poulos. Poulos is going to try to go side to side with Kleesner and hit the go behind. And now back to their feet they go. Poulos is going to reach down and grab the right leg of J.D. Kleesner. Now go right behind him. He's going to pick up Kleesner and try to lift and return. As he does, Kleesner sags. Nice to see a 2-point takedown here by Kleesner. Let's see if he can drive over and keep Poulos on his back. You called it, Jamie. There's the 2-point takedown. Now an opportunity with a half Nelson for some back points. 25 seconds left to go. Kleesner has Poulos rolled up. Let's see if he can key out and get the fall. Reverse half Nelson out by Kleesner. Kleesner's got to kick the crossbody. He's got the crossbody right in. See if he can kick that free and go to a tee. He's got Poulos in trouble. A 2-point near fall there, making it 10-3. And that's how we're going to end. That was a lot of great action right there at the end of that period. J.D. Kleesner will stop the bleeding, so to speak, and he'll pick up a win there. Simple decision. That would give the Bobcats 12. The Lions will still hang on to that 15-12 lead after weight class 1 of 32.
138 pounds for the Lions, Keith Carolyn. And for the Bobcats, 138 pounds,
Trenton Miller for the Bobcats. He's a junior taking on Haiku Carolyn for Linn-Mar. And I'll tell you what, this Carolyn has put together, Jamie, for a 138-pounder. He's definitely got the size advantage. He's a sophomore. Bobcats with only 3 seniors in their lineup. Linn-Mar with 3 seniors in their lineup. So you expect a lot out of both of these teams next year.
Absolutely. And, you know, they just, especially the Bobcats, you know, and we haven't really even talked about it, you and I, just really about how these two teams are going to be conference opponents next year when they Bobcats go to the Mississippi Valley Conference. So, you know, you're going to be seeing a lot of each other. You talked about how not a lot of seniors between them, but I tell you what, these two teams are going to battle out here these next couple of years.
Well, they certainly are, and this is just a picture of things to come in the future. Well, back to action. Haiku Carolyn with a hard overhook. Oh, there's a throw attempt by Trenton Miller, and he tried a lateral drop on Haiku Carolyn, and Carolyn blocked him off. Now Carolyn steps over the Wizard. Let's see if Trenton Miller can finish it. We got quite a scramble situation as Haiku Carolyn gets latched onto the right leg of Trenton Miller. And Miller, there's going to be a two-point takedown by Trenton Miller. And he's facing Haiku Carolyn backward. There's going to be a two-point takedown and a two-point near fall. So a 4-0 lead for Miller. That was quite a scramble situation there, Jamie.
And it was just an opportunistic move there by Trenton Miller. You know, he caught him. Got the takedown in kind of a precarious situation, and ended up getting a two-point near fall with it too. And now he's going to pick up some more near fall.
Well, he threw the cross body right in, and then a half Nelson, and he cranked Carolyn to his back. He's got a cross body right in on the right side, the half Nelson on the left side, and he took Carolyn right to his back. As time expires, he's going to pick up a 3-point near fall. So Trenton Miller getting the job done there at the end of that first period, taking the lead now 7-0, trying to get the Bobcats back in the lead here. Miller's choice, he's going to defer over to Carolyn, and Carolyn will choose neutral. We started at weight class 285. We're moving up the ladder here, weight class 138, and it's 15-12 in favor of the Lisbon Lions. Long single shot by Trenton Miller, a little bit too far away, as a Carolyn an easy counter, an easy down block. Ooh. Boy, there's an opportunity for Miller. Miller had an underhook. Yes, he did. He didn't quite get his hips through, Jamie. Tried to do it all upper body.
I don't think you're going to do that against Haiku Carolyn.
So what this young man has put together, there's a long single shot by Miller. And once again, a little bit too far away. It made it easy for Carolyn to counter that. Hard collar tie by Carolyn, a hard collar tie by Miller with the right. Now an underhook on the right side of Carolyn is Miller. Let's see what he can do with that underhook. He pops his head out and see if he can lift that underhook and shoot a high crotch. We're going to get a stalemate right there by our official as both wrestlers were just hanging on. 1:01 left to go in period number 2. Carolyn now drops in on a single. He leaves his left elbow up. There's a pancake by Trenton Miller.
I think he was pinned.
No, I'll tell you what, though, so do the Bobcat fans in front of us. There'll be a 2-point takedown by Miller and a 2-point near fall, making the score 11-0 right now. Miller comes out of this with the right arm of Haiku Carolyn trapped underneath him. Now rolls it out to a bar. Let's see what he can do with it. He's got a lot of time, 32 seconds. Let's see if he can scoop that arm and go around the head and whip Carolyn to his back. He's doing a great job attacking that right hip. He's got that arm trap. Let's see if he can dump Carolyn to his back and end this thing. It's 11-0. 16 seconds left to go. Trenton Miller up on top, applying a lot of pressure. As Carolyn's going to get that right arm back. And Miller's going to slap a cross body right back in. Looking for a half Nelson. There's some back points right there. He's going to pick up 2, maybe 3. There's going to be another 2-point near fall. It's going to be 13-0 now for Trenton Miller. Looking to end this thing with a technical fall, possibly with the reverse. The other Bobcats would like 6 here, Jamie.
Yeah, they really would, and that'd be huge for them to come out here and get a fall and give themselves a lead here and take that lead back.
Well, Miller chose down, and Carolyn's going to come way out around the front, try to put a far side half Nelson in. He's got a far side. He's got Miller on his back now, and Miller is trapped on his back. He's trying to roll through. It's going to be a 3-point near fall for Carolyn. And Miller now is trying to work on a 2-point reversal of his own. He's trying to go behind Carolyn. As soon as he does, Carolyn puts a far side half Nelson in and then turns that inside hip down and looks away from it. He scored a 3-point. We're going to get a stalemate, but it's going to be a 3-point near fall, a 2-point near fall. Well, we thought he had 3 there. As Trenton Miller, Jamie, we've talked about this, and the debate is on. Trenton Miller punishing Carolyn with the cross body riding that half Nelson, and then you chose down and you let yourself get caught in a predicament there. And now you need 4 points to end this thing with the technical fall.
Yeah, and you really got to get to work here. It's just a minute left to go here in this. Just a minute left to go here in this third period. So looking to get that tech fall.
Trent Miller will do a lot of work underneath here to score. He's looking for 1 and 2. And Trenton Miller, he's got an inhaler too, Jamie. Let's take a short timeout. We'll be right back with the finish of this match. Stay with us. You're listening to Regional Tool Team Action right here at 94.7 KMCH.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and New Vienna. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
Crop Production Services in Dyersville and Worthington excited to announce that they will be moving to their brand new facility at 2245 330th Avenue in Dyersville sometime in March. Good luck to all area athletes from the winning teams at Crop Production Services in Dyersville and Worthington.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, and we've got a wild and crazy finish here as Haiku Cannon down 13-2. There's a lateral drop by Trenton Miller, a throw and a rethrow. That's going to be a 2-point reversal by Miller, and he's got back point. And I think it's going to be over here, Jamie. Looking for a 3-point near fall, and there's the tech ball. I'll tell you what, Carolyn came out. Carolyn came out and circled ahead of Miller and tried to throw Miller to his back. And Miller quickly rose to his feet and got that lateral drop in there for the 5-point move. 18-2 tech ball. That's going to give the Bobcats 5, so they're going to take the lead 17-15. We talked about the punch there, the spark there, Jamie. So Kleeser and Miller back-to-back puts the Bobcats back in the lead.
Yeah, that was a great job there. Really did a good job. That was very tough there by Miller as Carolyn came out like you mentioned, trying to come out and go upper body with him, but he did a great job of fighting that off and getting points of his own.
And I think this is going to be Elijah Demmer, Jamie?
Yes.
Elijah Demmer
Dylan Nemmers.
Dylan Nemmers. All right, Dylan Nemmers, not in our program. We're going to write him in our program as Coach Cleary is looking for the matchups here. So he's got Dylan Nemmers taking on the freshman Evan Gaby. That's going to be a 2-point takedown for Nemmers as he is riding tough on top. Nice takedown by Nemmers. He's riding tough on top. Now he's got a cross wrist tilt. He's got Gaby on his back. Gaby trying to roll through. Nemmers doing a nice job keeping his hips up. It's going to be a 3-point near fall. 3-point near fall by Nemmers. And Gaby's going to roll through and grab the right leg. Grab the right leg of Dylan Nemmers. And the Nemmers now in a nice cross face. He's got a near ankle on the right, a cross face going right to left, and he's got to stretch that right leg out as Gaby took a hold of it. Now Gaby's trying to cut the corner on Nemmers. He's got his head up right where you want it to be, but Nemmers back with that cross face, lifting that near ankle, not allowing Gaby to cut the corner, so we'll have a stalemate there. We'll have a stalemate, and we'll go back to a reset. The Nemmers will ride the right side of Gaby. And there's an inside stand-up attempt by Gaby, a nice chop by Nemmers. And it stops that first move. And we always talk about that, the guy on top, you want to stop that first move and get to your offense up on top. And that's what Dylan Nemmers is doing right now, going right back to work with that cross wrist tilt. He's trying to load Gaby up on his hip. And Gaby keeping his chest buried to the mat. Now hard cross face from left to right by Nemmers. Maybe a cross face cradle coming. Trying to lock it up. Picture perfect job by Nemmers. He's using that extra leg. He's got a cross-face cradle locked up. Let's see if he can yank Gaby to his back. That's going to do it as he's going to run out of time. But the right idea there, he just ran out of clock time. Gaby's choice is going to defer over to Nemmers, and Nemmers will choose down.
Yeah, great job there by Dylan Nemmers, almost picking up those points at the end of the period as well. So, like what he's doing here. I like now he's going to choose down here to start the second period. He's got to go to work, get up, and continue to build this lead. He's only 3 points away from a major here. So,
We're going to get warning for Gaby as he was riding the ankle.
Oh, I was going to, okay.
For stalling. He held onto that ankle, Jamie, trying to put a cross body right in. He went deep place and ankle. And I'll tell you what, they're not giving these guys a whole lot of time once they go to those ankle rides. That'd be a stalling. Gaby had to cut him loose, or that would have been a point for Nemers. 1 point escape for Nemers. It's now 6-0. After the Bobcats losing 3 in a row from 113 to 126, they've come back. They've come back on a mission with two big wins by J.D. Kleesner and Trent Miller. So they had 2-point takedown by Nemers. And Gaby tried to latch onto his head and hit him with a headlock. A nice sag by Nemers to pick up the 2. Now cross wrist tilt by Nemers has Gaby on his back. The referee's down counting near fall points. That's going to be a 3-point near fall by Dylan Nemers. He's up now 11-0. Now goes right back to work on that crossface cradle from left to right. He's got Gaby locked up. Let's see if he can get the fall this time.
Going to have to try to turn him back in, though. They're right on the edge of the mat, and he's going to lose that cradle, but did a good job just after losing that cradle, going right back to work on top.
They've just been doing a nice job tying the arms of the freshman Evan Gaby up. And I like what he's doing with, I like that switch off, Jamie, going from that cross wrist tilt, then right back to that cross face cradle. And Gaby keeps Gaby off balance here. He's trying to defend one thing, and then Nemers goes to something else. Now he's got a tight waist with the left, tickling with the right. Now back to the tight waist tilt, this time on the right side instead of the left side. Gaby ready for it. Hard crossface once again by Nemers. Nemers trying to shove the left elbow up and sink that crossface in just a little bit deeper. Second period is going to come to an end. And it's going to be 11-0. And it's going to be Gaby's choice, and he's going to choose neutral. And if you're Dylan Nemers right now, Jamie, the only thing that's going to get you into trouble is a throw. So you keep your head in good position. Keep your head in good position. Don't give Gaby anything to latch onto, any underhooks or overhooks. But Gaby's coming right to it. A hard collar try, trying to set up a headlock. We saw him try to hit Nemers with a headlock at the end of the first period. How to beat that headlock is doing what Dylan Nemers is, and that's dropping in on a nice single with his head to the inside. Let's see if he can finish it. His head's down. Gaby doing a nice job with the down block. Nemers has to get his head up. He's still a hold of that right leg, and now he goes to the knee where it bends. And he's going to step over and try to spike that. He does get the spike, and he spikes the right ankle of Gaby, but his head's underneath of Gaby. Gaby on top of Nemers. Might be a 2-point takedown there. Almost a 2-point takedown there by Gaby. Coach Cleary up off the bench there, offering some encouragement. The Nemers in on a double this time. Now switches over to a single. Still head underneath and head down. Makes it easy for Gaby on his down block. He's stuffing the head of Nemers. Now trying to short drag to the right side, trying to hit the go behind. Nemers doing a nice job using that steel grip wrapped around the right leg of Evan Gaby. Might get another stalemate, and we do. Jamie, we talked about when you shoot that shot, finish it. Dylan's been in on that shot, but he's staying down on his knees.
Yeah, he is, and you gotta. Once you're in there, you gotta drive right away. And once you stop, a lot of times you don't get to really get the motor running again. So you gotta finish right away.
There's a nice short drag by Nemers. He's going to pick up 2. Now he's got an opportunity for another tech fall here as he goes right back to work with that cross wrist tilt. This time, Gaby ready for it as he peels Nemers' hands off. And now hard crossface. Here comes Nemers right back to that crossface from left to right. That's been frustrated the freshman. He's got a cradle locked up. He's got 13 seconds to try to dump Gaby to his back. Gaby stretches out, breaks the grip of Nemers. That's going to be stalling, and 1 point against Gaby, and that's going to be 1 point for Nemers. It's going to end up being a 14-0 major decision. So the Bobcats will pick up 4. There now the lead is 21-15. And Western Dubuque has reeled off 3 straight wins here, Jamie, and taking the lead, but you're only up by 6, going to weight class 152. looks like Elijah Demmer.
One line. Rourke Martin. And then 152 pounds for the Bobcats.
Elijah Demmer sliding up to wrestle 152 for the Bobcats. And this is Rourke Martin for the Lions, and he's a sophomore. Again, we don't have any records here.
This is
Rourke Martin for Linmar?
No, it's Abbas. Oh, yep, you're right, Rourke. They just changed it.
Okay.
You are correct.
Well, first time today. That's not bad. All right. Elijah Demmer with an underhook on the left side of Rourke Martin. Martin doing a good job pinching that underhook and taking the elevation away, taking the lift away by Demmer. Demmer not giving up. I know he's at 52. There's a sweep single by Demmer. He pops his head out, covers the hips up. That was textbook perfect right there by Elijah Demmer, the fine junior for Western Dubuque, as he snapped the head of Martin down and then sweep single. What I liked about that, Jamie, didn't give Martin any time to sag on him. We talk about once you're in on that shot, getting outside, finishing, and Elijah Demmer did a nice job.
Yeah, he really did. Coming out, getting that takedown, and I think a situation here, the Bobcats moving guys up a little bit here, and maybe we know that Freddie Hush was dinged up at that WAMAC tournament last week, so I'm not sure if maybe the Bobcats are trying to bump up to slide in there for Freddie Hush there, because I believe Freddie Hush would be he'd be taking on Tanner Schultz, and it's one of those deals you don't want anybody getting hurt even more before the big meet on Saturday at Districts.
Well, that's Elijah Gemmer right now. You're exactly right, Jamie. But Elijah Gemmer with a nice chicken wing, and he's going to post the right shoulder of Rourke Martin, and he's going to pick up a 2-point near fall with that chicken wing and go up now 4-0. And Demmer with 7 seconds has been out absolutely physical on top of the sophomore from Linmar. Now a hard Turk, cross-body and a hard Turk by Demmer as time expires. So nice work there by Demmer. The other thing, Jamie, if you don't have any head-to-head here today, you got to go to that last meeting, and you can make that seeding meeting at Western Dubuque pretty interesting on Saturday. Demmer now trying to shoot that sweep single again to the right side of Martin. Once again, he snapped the head down, and then he quickly changed levels. Now fireman's carry by Demmer. Switches off to the right side with the fireman's carry. Let's see if he can pop his head out and go around the waist. Martin doing a nice job stuffing the head of Demmer, but Demmer's going to slide the head out. And he's going to pick up 2. Now he's got a leg half Nelson. He's got a half Nelson with the leg, and now he's going to step in a Turk. Now hard crossface from right to left. Let's see if he can grab that left shoulder of Martin and turn him to his back. Still got a leg Turk in. Hard crossface from right to left. Now he's got Martin on his back looking for some back points. Might be a fall here. Referee looking close. As Elijah Demmer up on top. Martin rolling back and forth. Demmer trying to tighten that up. They could have to kick the Turk free, Jamie, and go to a reverse half Nelson. He's got it in deep, and it's picture perfect again with that Turk as he's elevating. Got that leg up high in the air, and he's got the crossface to the far shoulder. And now he's going to kick the Turk free and try to tee out with 43 seconds left to go. Then we're trying to end this thing with a fall. Referee down looking close. Could be a fall right here as the referee is down ready to slap the mat. Martin, again, bridging and rolling back and forth. Demmer tighten everything up. There's the fall right there. It's 3:32.
That's the lead the Bobcats wanted there, was just a little more breathing room. Like you mentioned, you're only up 6 there at 21-15. Now a little more breathing room for the Bobcats as they go 27-15 here, as we're going to move up to 160. Looks like it's going to be Xander Harris for Linmar, and it's going to be Riker Karimsky for the Bobcats moving up from 152.
Yeah, Coach Stryker said you'd see some freshmen in a couple of weights, and we got one here in Xander Harris. And Karimsky ranks number 4 or 5 in Class 3A. He's the real deal for the Bobcats. He's a junior, and he's out quickly with a couple of takedowns. Well, they didn't give Harris. That was one of those where Karimsky didn't cut him loose far enough. He picked up the takedown. and then tried to snap and spin, but didn't cut him loose quite far enough. And Krimsky's going to give Harris now the optional start. So we'll go back to neutral, 2-1. Again, the Bobcats up 27-15. Krimsky now trying to work some upper body of his own, trying to work an underhook on the right side of Harris. And now goes to a cross knee.
Nice.
Boy, he picked that knee, and he set Harris on his back side, climbed the body, and he's picking up 2 for the takedown and 2 for the near fall. That was pretty sweet right there, Jamie.
Yes, it was. I tell you what, he dove in on it and kind of went in on that shot. And just like you said, picked that knee, and I tell you what, Harris went down in a hurry.
Could be a fall here. There's the fall of 108. There's the fall by Riker Krimsky in 108. So making it look too easy is Riker Krimsky as he gets in on that underhook and then goes to a cross knee pick. And I'm telling you what, set Harris down, climbed the body, and that was a nice job. We're going to see Luke Holmes from Linmar taking on Jake Hush for the Bobcats. So Levi Bergs, Mitchell Ashline will not move up. So we're going to see Jake Hush for Western Dubuque take on Luke Holmes. He's a junior. Tell you what, Luke Holmes trying some upper body work of his own as he came right out with a double underhook and tried to elevate Jake Hush and then pancake him. And then Jake Hush wanted nothing to do with that. So he snaps Holmes down and then covers his hips up with a go behind. That's a good way to take that throw away by Jake Hush. Now a spiral right by Hush. He's got a half Nelson with the right. Now he's going to lift up Luke Holmes to pitch him to his back. Now reverse half Nelson by Hush. He's got Luke Holmes on his back. Could be another fall for Western Dubuque here as Holmes is up on a high bridge. Hush trying to get his chest up on top and tee out and get the fall here. He's got a lot of time here. 109 left and counting. Trying to match Riker Krimsky's fall and Elijah Demmer's fall here. Trying to hit 3 in a row here.
He's got to come over to that reverse half here. As not sure if he's going to get the pin here, and he needs to go chest to chest as he's trying to go hip to hip with him here, and I think he's got to try to get out front the way he's sitting.
That's going to go to a headlock finish.
That's
going
to do it.
The fall right there. There's the fall right there at 120. Jake Hush with a fall in 120. Making it 39-15 with 3 matches left to go, Jamie, and that's going to do it. The Bobcats will win this duel, and they will advance here in a little bit to take on Iowa City High. They've got 3 matches to go. Devin Ludwig, the Womack runner-up here, I believe, Jamie. And he is slick, and he is fast, and he's got some long levers, and he's very flexible. And we'll see how this match plays out here. So Devin Ludwig, the junior, and we talked about the Bobcats, only 3 seniors in their lineup, as do the Linmar Lions here, only 3 seniors. I don't think they've wrestled any of them tonight. Well, Jack Nauman wrestled. I think Jack Nauman's been the only one so far for the Lions. Devin Ludwig in on a single. Let's see if he can finish it. And a nice whizzer there by Ryan Plummer. He's a sophomore. Long double shot by Ludwig.
Not to be confused with Jamie Vasky, the plumber.
Ryan Plummer.
Not even spelled the same.
No, it is not. All right, back to action. There's a slide by attempt. Ludwig misses his mark as Plummer squares him off. Back to action, 104 left to go. Weight class of 182. We're going to finish up at 220 as we started at 285. We're going to have a warning against Plummer as it's been all Ludwig. Plummer has been in reverse gear here, and I think he got a headbutt from Devin Ludwig, so we got some blood time, Jamie.
Yeah, and our broadcast tonight brought to you by the Delhi Insurance Agency, Trivet Associates, Brew and Brew, High Tech Communications, and Simon's Grain and Feed. Thank all of our local sports boosters and our extra tournament sponsors for our coverage here of postseason wrestling and basketball here on KMCH. As Again, without them, this broadcast would not be possible here tonight. And I tell you what, Roger, we've got a lot coming up here in the next couple weeks. Starting on Saturday is district tournament action, as you and I will be in Independence for a Class 2A district, as we'll have the Hawks and the Mustangs in that district. Also keep up to date with all of our other area teams and how they're doing in districts, including the Western Dubuque Bobcats here tonight, as they will be hosting their district in Epworth. And then, of course, next week starts the state duels next Wednesday. West Delaware already in. They will wrestle at 11. If the Bobcats win here tonight and advance to the regional duels with a win over City High, they will wrestle at 9 a.m. next Wednesday morning.
And, Jamie, as you speak right there, a nice snap, a nice front headlock by Devin Ludwig. He tried to go to a drive cradle, and Plummer, very, very strong, very heavy-legged, heavy-waisted. Plummer breaks the grip. Not many have done that on Devin Ludwig, but Plummer breaks the grip of Ludwig. So Ludwig goes, covers him up. And we're going to get blood time by Plummer. Blood time by Plummer. He's got some on his hands and wrists, so he'll go back to the blood corner and get that cleaned up.
And with that, we'll take a short time out while they do that and come right back. You're listening to Western Dubuque Bobcat Wrestling here, postseason style, from KMCH Sports.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
All Seasons Auto Body in Monticello specializes in body repair and painting on all makes and models and works with all insurance companies and offer lifetime warranty. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays by appointment. Best of luck to all area athletes in tournament action from All Seasons Auto Body in Monticello.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
Back into Iowa City High High School. That's a lot of highs in one sentence. As the home of the Little Hawks, Western Dubuque leading this dual meet 39-15. As we're at weight class 182, just 2 matches to go after this. The Bobcats will win this first duel, and they'll move on to take on Iowa City High here in the regional dual final and try to advance to the 2018 state duels in Des Moines next Wednesday, starting at 9 a.m. for Class 3A and 1A teams. Of course, West Delaware, as we mentioned, will wrestle at 11 a.m. next Wednesday. Ooh.
Well, Jamie,
on upper body here.
Well, I'm not sure that's where Devin Ludwig wanted to be, as he tried to launch Plummer on his back. He tried to launch Plummer, and Plummer sagged on him. Ludwig ended up on his back. It might be a 4-point move for Plummer, as he's got a 2-point takedown and a 2-point near fall. Plummer takes the lead. Ryan Plummer, the sophomore, takes the lead on Devin Ludwig. Ludwig coming right back to a stand-up. And we're going to tie this thing up at 4. So, very interesting turn of events right there.
Oh, you were right. I tell you what, Ludwig was going for it, but he got out of position, and Plummer took advantage and threw him to his back. That was kind of a scary moment for Devin Ludwig. Again, seeding's on the line here in this dual meet here tonight, so you got to be careful not to lose the matches you're not supposed to here.
Well, you're exactly right, and it looks like right now Ryan Plummer has frustrated Devin Ludwig a little bit and forcing him to do some things that he usually doesn't enjoy doing. Getting out a little bit out of position with some long shots, and I tell you what, Ryan Plummer from Linmar, for an 182-pounder, very, very short, very, very stocky, and Devin Ludwig right back in, and they butted heads, and Ludwig down on his, he's got his head down to the mat. Plummer might hit a go-behind. As he does, Ludwig tries to catch a catch a leg. Now a high leg over by Ludwig. He's going to pull his head out maybe and pick up 2 with 5 seconds left. That's going to be a 3-point takedown by Ludwig. There's a side roll attempt by Plummer. So the Plummer is roly-poly, and he's got some happy hips. And tell you what, just giving Devin Ludwig all he wants right now. I don't know if I've ever been at a wrestling meet, Jamie, where I've ever seen more white, red, and black uniforms than we are tonight. That's the school colors of every team here. So I'll tell you what, we've got a lot.
I think they've got the logos on their singlets tonight.
Exactly right. We'd be in trouble. All right, a snap down by Ludwig to a front headlock, and he tried to hit that drive cradle again on the right side of Plummer. At 6-5, we're going to get a stalemate right here. Ludwig up 6-5. And Coach Cleary not happy about the performance of his fine junior here. Coach Stryker real happy about the performance of his sophomore in the lineup here. So we're going to get blood again as Plummer lost the cotton out of his nose. So our referee will stop this, and we'll get the trainers out there. We've got a great training staff here tonight. Say what, this Ryan Plummer, Jamie, if you look at him from the waist down, he's put together.
Yeah, he certainly is. And again, our coverage tonight brought to you by our sports boosters, Okoboji Grill, Bobin Tire and Automotive, Exit Realty, Cooper's Place, and the Regional Medical Center. As a quick trip to the blood corner for Plummer this time, as we will go back to work here. Again, a 6-5 lead for Devin Ludwig here. Minute 20 left to go, third period. Bobcats lead the duel 39-15.
Yeah, and this thing's anybody's match right there. There's a long single again by Ludwig, and he's getting himself all extended. But give credit to Plummer with the fine down block. Coach Cleary, maybe you can hear him up. Circle left, shoot right. And almost had the sweep single again. There's a headlock by Ryan Plummer. And I'll tell you what, Devin Ludwig going to his back. Ludwig had to post and pull his head out. That's going to be a 3-point lead now with 48 seconds left to go as Ludwig is in a match here. As Ryan Plummer, a very scrappy, short, wide, strong body, has been frustrating. There's a snapback by Ludwig. Let's see if he's going to pick up 2. A short sit by Plummer, a snapback by Ludwig, and he might pick up 2 on the near fall. Making the score now 10-5. So Devin Ludwig's got a little bit of breathing room here. As we saw earlier, that 4 or 5 point lead can dwindle in a hurry with a happy hipped Ryan Plummer. 8 seconds left to go here, and that's going to do it as Devin Ludwig will win that match by a score of 10-5. That'll put 3 more in the win column of the Bobcats. They'll go up now 43-15. So that's a 7th straight win for the Bobcats, Jamie. So they got out to a fast start, then ran into a bit of a problem, and now they've put the pedal to the metal here.
As we're going to move up to 195, I believe this is going to be Tim Feltis for the Bobcats. He may get a forfeit here.
They're going to forfeit, so Tim Feltis. Tim Feltis will win by.
And I think they're going to forfeit at 220 as well.
I think Coach Stryker has seen enough. He's going to forfeit. Let's see who's going to be. Jason Simon Ressler. Parker Schmidt will win by a forfeit. And the Bobcats will have 6 more there. 54-15. So let's take a short time out. Jamie's going to add up all the facts and figures here. I have a short recap, and then we'll be back here. We'll see how much time they're going to put on the clock as Western Dubuque will take on City High in our championship duel of tonight's 7:35. So we've got a 15-minute break here. Let's take a short time out, and we'll be back with Jamie's recap. You're listening to Hold My Old Action right here from City High High School, the 3A Regional Dual Team Tournament here The winner of this next duel is going to go to it's not a tournament, but it's a dual meet here. The winner will wrestle next week. But we'll be right back. Stay with us. You're listening to action right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
The Woodland Eye Clinic offers high-quality eye and whole-body nutritional supplements that will help maintain a lifetime of healthy vision. The Woodland Eye Clinic, proudly serving Dyersville, Elkader, West Union, and Guttenberg communities.
Holtz Construction are proud to support all area athletes. They recognize the time, effort, commitment, and training it takes to accomplish goals, both in the gym and in the classroom. For all your ag construction needs, Holtz Construction in Manchester.
Milestones Group is a long-established Manchester CPA firm with services such as tax preparation and planning, accounting services, and business consulting. Everyone at Milestones Group wish all the area athletes, teams, coaches, and fans the best for a successful season.
Delhi Insurance Agency is dedicated to Delhi and the surrounding area, and they thank you for choosing them for your insurance needs. See Larry, Sue, and Christy for all your insurance needs, from home to commercial and everything in between. Delhi Insurance Agency in Delhi.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Back into City High School, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back along with you, taking a look at this duel between Western Dubuque and Linmar. Started at heavyweight. It was Nathan Simon for the Bobcats with a fall in 3:53, put the Bobcats up 6-0. Dawson Bierman defeated Brandon O'Brien of Linmar 7-0, put the Bobcats up 9-0. But Linmar stormed back. It was Kane Wempen of Linmar with a fall in 154 over Jalen Kidd. And Reese Seary at 120 from Linmar with a 10-4 decision over Joe Gamblin, made it 9-9. The Lions took the lead at 126 as Jack Nauman pinned Dakota Lau of Western Dubuque in 5:22. That put Linmar up 15-9, but that was the last match the Lions would win as J.D. Kleesner picked up a 10-3 win over Taylor Poulos at 132. 138, it was Trenton Miller with an 18-2 tech fall over Hiku Carolyn of Linmar. At 145, Dylan Nemmers picked up a 14-0 major decision over Evan Gady. At 152, Elijah Demmer with a fall in 3:32 over Rourke Martin. At 160 was Riker Karimsky with a 1-minute, 8-second fall over Xander Harris. At 170, Jake Hush with a fall in 1:20 over Luke Holmes. That made it 39-15. And Devin Ludwig at 182 with a 10-5 win over Ryan Plummer. Made it 42-15. The Bobcats would get forfeits to finish it out as Tim Feltus and Parker Schmidt took forfeits for the Bobcats, making the final team score 54-15. In that dual meet, the Bobcats had 20 takedowns. Linmar had 7. There was 1 major decision and 1 tech fall for Western Dubuque, 0 in those categories for Linmar. The Bobcats had 4 pins, Linmar with 2, and Western Dubuque won 11 matches. Linmar won 3 in a dual meet that lasted 1 hour and 16 minutes. So the Bobcats advance to the regional dual final, where they will take on Iowa City High, the 6th-ranked team in Class 3A. Should be a good duel here, Roger.
Well, it certainly should. You know, the gym's starting to fill up a little bit. City High fans sitting on the far side. We've got the Bobcat faithful sitting right below us here, and this is going to be one of those where you're looking for matchups. You're looking for an opportunity to put your team in the best position to win this duel. And there's a little bit of motivation here. You know, there's a lot of fun wrestling down there in the state duels next Wednesday. City High hasn't been there for a long, long time, and Western Dubuque looking to make a return trip after being there last year and having a great time and putting up a great fight there last year in Class 3A. So they're looking to make a return trip, and City High is on a record-setting year here, Jamie. They've worked themselves out of the cellar. They've gotten better each year. Coach Connell, we saw, it hasn't been too long ago, about 5 years, Jamie, where the West Delaware JV beat the City High team. I think that was in the 5-season duels. And Coach Connell, everybody wondered what in the world he was doing, but he's done a fine job of building this program back up and making it competitive. He's got some great athletes on here. Western Dubuque's got some great athletes and great wrestlers. So I'm looking forward to watching two great teams put together another fun duel like we saw in that championship last night.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to start in about 9 minutes. So we'll send it back to the station as play some of those ads from our great sponsors here of high school wrestling on KMCH. So we'll be back with Western Dubuque taking on Iowa City City High in about 9 minutes or so. You're listening to Bobcat State Dual or Regional Dual coverage from KMCH Sports.
Brew and Brew is more than just a coffee shop. They serve breakfast, lunch, cupcakes, and more. Check their Facebook page for all of their upcoming events. Good luck to all area athletes from Brew and Brew in downtown Dyersville.
High-Tech Communications is your local service provider for telephone systems, fire detection, audio, video, security and surveillance systems, wiring, and more. High-Tech has decades of experience in the industry. Contact High-Tech at 563-927-4936. Online at hightechcommunications.us. High-Tech Communications, changing your world with technology.
Simon's Grain and Feed wish all area athletes and coaching staff continued success in tournament play. For all your feed and grain needs, see the experts at Simon's Grain and Feed, locally owned and operated in Manchester.
Are you looking for great food and a unique atmosphere? Then make Okoboji Grill your next lunch or dinner destination, or enjoy 2-for-1 happy hour every Monday through Thursday from 4 until 6 p.m. That's Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard in Independence. Okoboji Grill, where good friends meet.
When selecting the right tire for your vehicle, you want choice. Bobin Tire and Automotive Service in Manchester gives you choice with the top tire brands available today. For the tire choice you want and the service your vehicle needs, see Bobin Tire and Automotive in Manchester. Open Saturdays for your convenience.
Mix 94.7 KMCH. I am Ashley Bramey in the studio with you tonight, along with Ashley Vick and Taylor Hammer, getting some training in for you guys. And a winter storm watch has been issued for our listening area for tomorrow, Thursday afternoon through Friday afternoon. That is for Buchanan, Delaware, Dubuque, Benton, Lynn, and Jones counties. Heavy snow is possible with potential snow accumulations of 4 to 8 inches. Highest amounts in the counties along the Mississippi River and along and north of Highway 30, so really targeting our listening area with this storm. From Thursday afternoon through Friday afternoon, plan on difficult travel conditions, including during the morning commute on Friday. Significant reductions in visibility are also possible. A winter storm watch does mean that there is potential for significant snow, sleet, or ice accumulations that may impact travel, and of course, continue to monitor the latest forecast. Again, that is a winter storm watch in effect Thursday afternoon through Friday afternoon. I hate to say it again, but potential snow accumulations of 4 to 8 inches. Stay with KMCH for the latest weather developments.
Susie Meyer with Exit Realty has been serving Lake Delhi and the surrounding areas with all of their real estate needs. Call Susie with Exit Realty. She has a proven track record and is ready to work for you. Good luck in tournament action from Susie Meyer with Exit Realty.
Cooper's Place in Ryan are proud to support all area athletes and coaches in tournament action. They understand the hard work and dedication put forth in the gym and in the classroom. Best of luck from Mike and his staff at Cooper's Place in Ryan.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
Insurance is a contract to protect what you value the most, whether it's your auto, home, business, health, or even your life. AAA and People's Insurance Agency have been protecting all of your assets for years. So please call your local licensed AAA agent at Mormon Insurance Agency, a member of People's Insurance in Manchester, for a free review of all of your insurance needs, because trust is everything.
This is Phil from Gateway Appliance, your exclusive KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amanda dealer in Manchester. If you're building a new home, remodeling, or just need to replace an old appliance, we have the selection that you're looking for. Find us at gateway.biz or give us a call at 927-3200. We deliver, install, and service everything we sell.
Community Insurance is proud to support all area athletes and wish them the best of luck in tournament action. For your auto, farm, business, and home insurance, Community Insurance in Edgewood, go teams!
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Points.
Ace Body Shop has moved to a much larger location. They will continue to offer the same services, plus they have a new state-of-the-art paint booth. Good luck to everyone in tournament action from Ace Body Shop, now located a quarter-mile north of Manchester.
Hey KMCH listeners, GMB is proud to support our area athletes and help bring the sport to you. The GMB Bank team reminds you whatever your financial goals, we're here to help you reach them. Stop by our Manchester location or visit us online at gnbbank.com. Member FDIC.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff care deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
At Dubuque Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dubuque ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dubuque. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dubuque.com.
Gudenkopf Tiling, Excavating, and Directional Drilling do tiling, waterway reconstruction, fabrication, excavating, septic, directional drilling, and basement work. Good luck from Gudenkopf Tiling, Excavating, and Directional Drilling in Manchester.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Come to the Palace in Dyersville for great food, cold beverages, and friendly atmosphere, and help cheer on your favorite teams. The Palace in Dyersville wishes everyone in tournament action the best of luck. Go teams!
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
Honey Creek Storage has storage units in all sizes, portable containers, pay online, plus security cameras to protect your property. Good luck in tournament action from Honey Creek Storage. Go to honeycreekstorage.com for more information.
And welcome back into City High School. Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back along with you. The introductions here underway between these two teams is Bobcats with that win over Linn-Mar in that first duel, 54-15. Getting ready to take on Iowa City High in this regional dual final. Trip to the state duels on the line here, as the Class 3A session will start at 9 a.m. next Wednesday in Des Moines. Roger, this should be a good final duel, as you've got the 14th ranked Bobcats trying to get back for the second year in a row, and the 6th ranked City High Little Hawks.
Well, you're exactly right, and you're looking at these City High kids, probably having a lot of confidence coming in here. They were Mississippi Valley Super Meet champs, first time in a lot of years. Yeah, they knocked off Linn-Mar last week, so they didn't have to wrestle them tonight. By score of 40-22. So it's just going to be a great meet against a lot of kids that know how to wrestle. And it's going to be one of those, Jamie, where bonus points are going to come down and win this match. So if the Bobcats can get some falls where they need to get the falls, and where you're not favored, get in there and fight like we saw some teams do last night. that's going to be the name of the game in this dual meet. And before this is over tonight, we're going to see a couple of great coaches. You're going to see some great wrestling, some great action, and Cities High comes out with the black bandanas on. I'm not sure what that's all about, but we got some headbands on tonight. We got the lights turned off now. We got some mat lamps on, so this thing has turned into a pretty good spectacle.
As for City High, head coach Corey Connell. His assistant coaches are Morgan DePringer, John Osterhout, Patrick Darby, Josh Marin, and Blake Letney. I believe we saw Blake Letney wrestle against Western Dubuque just a few years ago for Pleasant Valley down at that duel. Him and his brother Brady Letney, a couple good wrestlers for Pleasant Valley a couple years ago when we went down there to watch the Bobcats in regional dual action. As looks like our officials are ready, or we are going to be ready to go here. We'll start at 106 pounds in this dual meet. It looks like it is going to be Dawson Bierman taking the mat for the Bobcats here to start this duel.
Well, I think you're going to see Paul Clear come out, and he's going to try to win this, Jamie. You know, as he always does, no holding back here. You got a trip to Des Moines at stake, and you know it's all about the team right now. And again, you're looking for some good matchups. So we'll see who. This is Dawson Bierman.
It's going to be Ethan Wood Finley.
Ethan Wood Finley. They just got E Wood in there. We'll figure out with the first name, Ethan Wood Finley, and he's a sophomore. Dawson Bierman is a junior, and I'm telling you what, this young man at 106 is put together. So we'll see what Dawson Bierman has in store for the sophomore from City High. Bierman coming out with a 2-on-1 Russian tie, tried to short drag Finley through, and no dice there as Finley squared him off. Nice single shot by Finley. Going to cut across, pop his head to the outside, come up to hit Bierman, and pick up a 2-point takedown. He's going to quickly sit over the left ankle. He's got a Turk in right now. He lifted up that inside ankle, and he threw a Turk in. So his right leg's inside the right leg of Dawson Bierman. He's trying to go cross face to far shoulder. Bierman working some hand control here, trying to keep Wood Finley from tossing to his back. There's roll through by Bierman, no back points there. He kicks the Turk free. Wood Finley tries to slap a chicken wing in on the right side. Bierman's going to have to get up to his base, Jamie, as these referees are not going to give these guys much time to waste underneath. Chicken wing by Wood Finley now on the right side of Dawson Bierman. He's got it cranked in tight, got to load it up. Bierman doing a nice job posting with that outside leg. But Wood Finley's going to scoop the left arm this time and underhook that and keep Bierman from posting there. And he's going to take Bierman to his back. With 21 seconds left to go, the referee makes the call at 141. So Wood Finley will pick up a fall. They will go up 6-0 to start this. And you know, we talk about the emotion. You talk about the ability to get the match started off the right way. And after Corey Connell, that's the way you want to start it. Get your Coach Cleary there. You got some work to do now.
And Ethan Wood Finley ranked 7th, so no slouch of an opponent there for Dawson Bierman. As we move up to weight class 113, it's going to be Jalen Kidd for Western Dubuque. As it looks like he's going to be taking on Garrett Borman.
Garrett Borman, he's a sophomore. Again, City High, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors in the lineup. There's Jamin Kidd with a nice single. Boy, has a leg of Borman picked up. And he went to take a back trip and dump Borman to his backside, missed it. And Borman readjusted and then came back in on a shot on Kidd and picked up the 2-point takedown. So now Garrett Borman will go up by a score of 2-0. And that was a great shot by Jalen Kidd. And now he's gonna slap that Kidd to his back. Now a reverse half Nelson by Garrett Borman. And that's going to be a 3-point near fall by Borman. As he just reached through and grabbed the far shoulder of Jalen Kidd and threw him right to his back. Now it's 5-0 with 59 seconds left to go in period one. Tight waist down by Foreman. He's going to drop Kidd to all fours, now to his stomach. Inside wrist on the right, hard cross face with the left. He's going to try to roll that inside wrist out on the right. Now ball and chain by Borman as he's got the right leg of Jalen Kidd trapped between his legs. Maybe trying to tight waist or trying to ball and chain tilt here. And Kidd doing a nice job. Down inside wrist by Borman. He's going to roll it out to the bar. He's going to take it across the back of Kidd. Now a half Nelson by Borman. He's got Kidd going to his back. Kidd trying to keep that right shoulder up. He's got the right leg of Garrett Borman tied up. So Borman's got that half Nelson sunk in deep with 15 seconds left to go. He's trying to end it right here. Jalen Kidd trying to keep that right shoulder up so he can go another period against the fall of 152. 152. So Garrett Borman with a fall in 152. I'm telling you what, that inside wrist to a bar, Jamie, was tight.
Yes, it was, and that's tough. When he had it hooked up, it was made it very tough for Jalen Kidd. That's what's going to be Joe Gamblin taking the mat here for the Bobcats. He's going to be taking on Michael Santoro from City High.
And Santoro is a junior, and Gamblin is a sophomore. So a 12-0 lead for the Little Hawks right now. So the Bobcats have definitely got some work to do here to get back into this meet. Only 2 matches down. You know, we've seen what some Dubuque. They got some thoroughbreds coming. Nice job by Gamblin. He's controlling the head of Santoro with a hard collar tie with the right. Santoro controlling that right elbow of Gamblin. So Gamblin not able to do much with the collar tie. Now Gamblin drops in on a single. Inside single with his head to the inside. He's going to try to lift it up and back trip Santoro. And Santoro with the hard whizzer. Gamblin cuts across to a double, and off the edge of the mat they go. So nice shot by Gamblin. Got in there deep. There was a nice switch off. Nice switch off to a double, but he just ran out of real estate there. And Santoro now in a duck under. And he's going to cut the corner of Gamblin, and they'll pick up a 2-point takedown there. As Gamblin reached, that was a nice duck under by Santoro. And he popped his head out and then went quickly behind Gamblin and covered him up, now knocked him off his face. So Gamblin's got some work to do here to build his base back up. To Santoro finds Gamblin belly down and now working an inside wrist on the right side of Joe Gamblin. Now, nice escape by Gamblin as Santoro tried to throw a crossbody right in, and Gamblin caught that leg and then walked right out of it. 19 seconds left to go in period number 1, 2-1. There's another duck under attempt by Santoro, and nicely countered this time. Now he switches sides with the duck under and covers the hips of Gamblin. And Coach Connell up saying keeping him down. There's a front trip by Santoro. He's going to pick up the 2, and it's going to be a 4-1 lead going into period number 2. Very quick couple first steps there by Santoro of City High. Gamblin's choice, he's going to choose down as Santoro deferred over. And Santoro, let's see if he cuts him loose. He wanted to cut him loose. And Coach Connell said, hey, keep him down for a little bit. 12-0 is our dual meet score. Our match score is 4-1 in favor of Joe Santoro from Iowa City, City High. And 49 and counting, Joe Gamblin finds himself belly down. He's going to have to work to build his base back up. Santoro trying to work an inside wrist. Now cross wrist by Santoro. He's got the left wrist trapped. Now stand up by Gamblin. Got to his feet. Can split the hands of Santoro. Nice job of Santoro. Nice job of Gamblin splitting the hands of Santoro and then popping his hips and turning and facing him. It's 4-2. Gamblin's been in on a couple of good shots, but not able to finish him. So we'll see if he can measure Santoro and finish the shot this time to tie this match up. 1:13 and counting, period number 2. Santoro trying to work a duck under. Back under. Gamblin reached up for a front headlock, and Santoro went right back to the duck under. Now a fair attempt by Santoro, front trip, and now he's picked up a 2-point takedown as Gamblin had to bail out to prevent going to his back, Jamie.
And right when he went up to, he reached for that front headlock, and that's, you don't want to do that. I mean, obviously we saw Nathan Simon do it successfully in that first match, or in that first duel, but you don't want to reach up and go after that. It just sets yourself up for what we saw there in that bear hug, body lock, and took him down for another takedown.
Yeah, just get yourself way extended, and you have no leverage, or you have no leverage anymore. So some work to do by Joe Gamblin. With 30 seconds left to go in period number 2, the Bobcats finding themselves down 12-0. A couple of quick first period falls at 106 and 112. Now Santoro trying to make it. Michael Santoro trying to make it 3 in a row for the City Hawks. 13 seconds left to go. Santoro up on top, right in parallel. Referee might start asking him to get out to the side. Now Gamble with the tips up. Gamble working some hand control underneath. And as he does, Santoro drives him back down to the mat, and that's going to do it for period number 2. It'll be Santoro's choice, and he's going to choose down. Just pulling up out of his chair, trying to encourage his youngster to get after it. There's a quick stand-up by Santoro. Santoro's going to face off. Gamblin for a 1-point escape, making it 7-2 right now. Santoro in a square stance, now slightly leading with that right leg. There's Gamblin in on a shot, long shot as he backed up. Santoro tried to throw him, and Gamblin had to bail out of it. It's going to be a 1-point escape now for Gamblin as we go back to our feet. I'm telling you what, if Gamblin could tighten stuff up here, Jamie, there's another duck under by Santoro. And he's going to turn Gamblin, try to turn Gamblin to his back. It's quickly 11-3. And what the Santoro gets out of position here, Jamie. If Gamblin could catch him there, might have an opportunity to throw him to his back, but he finds himself on all fours and belly down now.
Yeah, and if he's like you said, he's got to get going here, and he's got to get going. You got to create some motion here. He's flat out on the mat right now, and letting Santoro work that inside wrist and trying to get it across the back. But got to get going here if you're Joe Gamblin. Don't want to give up a major here.
Well, certainly not, as the Little Hawks have got 2 pins so far to start this dual meet out, and another bonus point win would the Bobcats would be in a little bit deeper hole. Now we're going to get stalling against Gamblin with 39 seconds left to go. Good hand control by Gamblin. Now Gamblin up on all fours, trying to work some hand control underneath, trying to get back to his feet. There's a sit-out turn-in by Gamblin for 1-point escape. It's 11-4 now. So Gamblin takes the major away there with a nice sit-out turn-in. Now Gamblin in on a double. Let's see if he can finish it. He's going to try to drive Santoro to his backside. A quarter Nelson now by Santoro. As Gamblin gets extended, it's going to be a two-point takedown by Santoro to make the score now 13-4 with 7 seconds left. Gamblin trying to get back up. And Santoro's just going to ride him out. That's going to be a major for Michael Santoro. 13-4. So that will give the Little Hawks 4 more. So they will go up 16-0 after a 3-way.
And with that, we'll take a short break and come right back with 126 pounds. Right after this, you're listening to Western Dubuque Wrestling from KMCH Sports.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beaver's also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beaver's Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beaver's to show you a good time.
Angela Weinkoff with Russell & Russell Insurance in Anamosa wish all area athletes the best of luck in tournament play. Just like the area coaches, Russell & Russell Insurance can come up with a winning plan just for you.
Edgewood Oil Incorporated carries all major brands of lubricants and case oils. They carry a full line of industrial oil products, aviation oils, and antifreeze, XL brand lubricants, quality oil priced right. Edgewood Oil also carries methanol, mineral spirit, and washer fluid, and are a direct distributor of Camco brand lubricants. Edgewood Oil Incorporated in Manchester, open Monday through Saturday.
Back into City High School, Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed back along with you. It's 16-0 Iowa City High with the lead. We're up to weight class 126. It's Reese Kevin from Iowa City High taking on Dakota Lau of Western Dubuque, and it's a 2-point takedown for Kevin to start this match. He goes up 2-0 here. 49 seconds left to go, first period.
So Dakota Lau taking the mat for the Bobcats, Jamie, and well, he's a little bit flat-footed as Kevin came right in on a double and then set him to his backside and covered him up. Now he's working that inside wrist. City High's doing a terrific job working that inside wrist Syracuse ride, and they're rolling those wrists out to bars. So the Bobcats got to do a nice job. You got to do a little bit better job of sitting over those wrists as Kevin right now rolls that left wrist out. Now he's trying to set up a farmer, maybe a whip over, as he's going to drop his chest down. And he's going to take Dakota Lau to his back. That kicks out the legs. That could be a fall right there as that is tight. Dakota Lau in a high bridge, trying to get out of it. The referee looking for a fall underneath. Reese Kevin is going to run out of time. Dakota Lau saved by the buzzer right there. It's 5-0 lead now. And again, that was an inside wrist, rolled it out to a bar, and then he went right to scoop the arm, went around the head and dropped his chest back and turned Lau over to his back. And it's going to be Kevin's choice. He'll choose down. So you talked about it, Jamie. City High is on fire here right now, so the Bobcats are going to have to find a way to cool them off here, and I'm not sure who that's going to be right now as Kevin went down. A stand-up by Kevin. And it's going to be a 2-point reversal by Reese Kevin. And now a butcher by Kevin. He's got the right arm of Dakota Lau trapped. That's got Kevin on his back. It's going to be hard for Kevin to get out of. There's the call right there. 228. And sometimes when it rains, it pours, Jamie.
Hey, you don't like to see that pen bug start for the other team in any duel, as City High is going to take a 22-0 lead here as we move up to weight. It's going to be Lance Borman for the City High Little Hawks, as going to be taking on from Western Dubuque, J.D. Kleesner.
And Borman is ranked 7th in Class 3A, Jamie, and he's a senior, so Kleesner will have his work cut out for him. And there's a double leg takedown by Borman and an underhook by Kleesner, and that let Borman climb the body of Kleesner and throw him to his back. He underhooked the arm as Borman shot that double, and that made it easy for Borman to trap Kleesner on his back. That's going to be a 3-point near fall for Borman, and he quickly goes up 35 seconds into this match. Borman quickly goes up by a score of 5-0. And then the winner of this match will wrestle next Wednesday. The winner of this duel will wrestle next Wednesday at the Well in the State dual team tournament on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that'll be followed by the individual tournament. Borman up on top, riding the tight waist with the right. Now trying to dig a chicken wing with the left to the left side of Kleesner. And Kleesner trying to work himself back up to his base. There's a short sit by Kleesner. That's going to be a 1-point escape as Borman's going to cut him loose. Off the edge of the mat they go, and they'll go back to the middle of the mat. Kleesner's got the height advantage here. He has a Borman short, stocky 132-pounder. 43 seconds to go. There's a 2-on-1 Russian tie by Borman. He drops in on a single, back trips Kleesner, covers his hips up for a 2-point takedown. It's 7-1 right now.
And this is where the Bobcats have got to get going. I mean, you got to find something as you're kind of getting into the heart of this City High lineup. You've got Borman here, ranked number 7 at 132. Joey Harney's ranked 9th at 138. And then you've got 3 more ranked wrestlers coming up. So got to find that spark plug if you're the Bobcats.
Well, you certainly do. And, you don't want to dig yourself such a deep hole that you can never get out of it. You're down 22-0 right now. And Borman working on a major decision as he's up 7-1 after period number 1. It's going to be Borman's choice. He's going to defer over to Kleesner. It looks like Kleesner will choose down to start period number 2. I'm surprised that Borman did not cut Kleesner loose. He's been very, very efficient on his feet. Cleaser's done a nice job with his base underneath, not giving Borman anything to work with. Borman's points have been off scrambles from the neutral position. Hard, tight waist by Borman. Now we're going to get a stalling call against Cleaser. There's a stack by Borman. Tight waist. He tried to stuff the head of Cleaser and stack him up. Cleaser rolled out of it. Now Borman's going to cut Cleaser loose for a one-point escape. And then right back in, Borman on a single. Nice down block by Cleaser. Draped over the top of Borman, trying to stuff the head of Borman. And Borman switches off to a single, and Cleaser's going to drive him off the mat. So nice defense there by Cleaser. Two seniors going at it right here. Cleaser with the collar tie with the left. Borman with the retie. Cleaser doing a good job now tying up Borman. Let's see if Borman tries to snap him and create some space. He likes to work from the space. There's a knee tap by Borman, nicely squared off by Cleaser. Quarter Nelson now by Borman on the right side of Cleaser. He might pick up a two-point takedown. Cleaser trying to work the edge. Borman trying to get 2 points out of it, and off the edge they go. Once again, nice defense by Cleaser. Cleaser's going to have to find a shot. They have to find a way to score some points on his feet. There's a hard 2-on-1 now by Borman. Going to go to a cross knee pick. Nice defense once again by Cleaser. Now far side Fireman's by Borman. Again, Cleaser with a nice down block. Keeps his hips down and away from Borman. 72, 32 seconds left. Good period by Cleaser. There's another single by Borman in deep. Hard whizzer by Cleaser. Cleaser has Borman all stretched out right here. Let's see if he can break the grip and hit a go behind of his own. Cleaser trying to work on the grip of Borman. They're probably going to get a stalemate and have to go back to our feet. And Borman quickly up on all fours, drives into Cleaser. He's going to crowd Cleaser and pick up 2 points on the edge of the mat with 7 seconds left to go. So 9-2 lead now for the senior from City High as we go to period number 3. So the Borman's choice, he will choose down. He's got the red ankle band on. So he will choose down. There's the first set, second set. There's the inside stand-up by Borman. He's quickly going to split the hands of Cleaser for a 1-point escape, make it a 10-2. There's the major decision that Borman was looking for. But now you've got to think he's going to look for more here. Cleaser with a hard collar tie, retied by Borman. Cleaser doing a great job controlling the head of Borman right now. But he's got to find a way to score some points in a hurry. Something feet the back here. Not sure what that's going to be. A snap down now by Borman. Cleaser finds himself on all fours. Head and arm now, chin and arm by Borman. Now a knee tap by Borman. Almost had Cleaser to his right hip. Cleaser in reverse gear is going to back out on Borman. Off the edge of the mat they go, and back to center. Back to the center of the mat we will go. 120 and counting. Period number 3, weight class 132. We started at weight class 106. We're going to climb the ladder all the way up to weight class 285. Cleaser now trying to shoot a long single to the right side of Borman, and Borman with an underhook brought Cleaser right back from the mat, right to his feet. 2-on-1 rush, and there's another long shot by Cleaser. Almost hit the mark. And Borman now with the front headlock, knee tap, cross knee tap, and set Cleaser on his side, and no points to show for it as he went off the mat with the knee tap. 53 seconds and counting. Third period, Cleaser coming right back out. He's got Borman frustrated here just a little bit with that left collar tie. Went to a left tie instead of the right tie, and that's got the senior from City High frustrated just a little bit. We'll see if he can find something that'll work off that tie. Borman's going to shake him loose. Cleaser goes right back to that tie, tries to drop in on a single to the right side. Reshot now by Borman. Hard whizzer by Cleaser. Down block now by Cleaser. Borman trying to lift the single up. Now switches, cuts across to a double. Good down block by Cleaser. Cleaser pushing the hips and the head away of Borman. 13 seconds left to go. This is Lance Borman from City High, ranked number 7 in Class 3A with a 10-2 major decision right now. After that first period, Jamie, where Cleaser gave up a big 5-7 points, you're talking about a 2-1 match here. or excuse me, a 3-2 match.
Yeah, 3-2, and he's did a great job. But like you said, all the points that he gave up in that first period is what was the difference in that match. And now the Bobcats got some work to do yet. They're down 26-0.
So we're going to go up to weight class 138, and we'll see who we've got. Trenton Miller back up. Joey Harney, ranked number 9 in Class 3A. He's a senior. Again, the strength of the City High lineup right here, the meat of the lineup. They've got some guys that are highly ranked here. 4 out of the 5 are ranked in the top 10. There's a snap down by Harney. He's got a drive cradle on Miller. Could be a fall, a quick fall. Referee looks to slap the mat right there as Harney just came right to a snap down, went right around the head, locked up a near side drive cradle. There's a fall at 28 seconds. So making short work of Trenton Miller is Joey Harney with a very, very nice. Using that length, he might be one of the tallest 138-pounders I've ever seen using that length. And
we're going to see Elijah Timmer here.
Jack Anson for the Little Hawks, the senior, and we're going to see Elijah Demmer in at 145. He wrestled 152 in the first match. He's going to be right down at weight class 145. Jack Anson not ranked here for the Little Hawks. I'm telling you what, he's put together. So Elijah Demmer will find himself in probably in a pretty good scrap here. There's a double underhook by Demmer. He tried to launch. Quick footwork there as Anson tried to drop in on a low single, and quick foot fire there by Elijah Demmer to get out of that low single shot by Anson. So a lot of action right there. There's a sweet single by Demmer in deep. Let's see if he can finish it. He's got that leg shelf, the right leg shelf of Anson. Now see if he can get elevated. He's got that leg elevated. Let's see if he can treetop or backtrip Anson. Anson trying to, Anson's got a kick free as Demmer tried to bring him down to the mat. Demmer went to a front trip, and as he was bringing Anson down to the front to the mat, Anson kicked out of the single and then turned and quickly faced Demmer. So Anson with some quick footwork, some lightning fast feet there by the senior for City High. So Borman, a senior, Harney, a senior, Anson, a senior. Heffley, who's going to be ranked 7th at 152, is a junior. Then Kadahu for City High ranked 4th. He's a senior. So a lot of salt right here in these 5 weight classes, Jamie, for the Little Hawks.
It is, and you got to try to weather the storm here if you're the Bobcats. Got to be in good position, good start.
There's a nice toss, a little hip toss by Elijah Demmer as Anson gets extended, and Demmer latches under.
Got to get chest to chest here.
We've got 20 seconds here. Anson up in a high bridge. Demmer trying to scoop that left arm and trying to go chest to chest and tee out on Anson. Anson fighting for everything he's got underneath, and Demmer fighting for everything he's got on top, trying to get the fall. Anson in a high bridge. Demmer staying in good position, and he's going to run out of time. Nice little hip toss there by Elijah Demmer. Anson found himself on his back and had to fight like crazy to live for the second period. Anson's choice is going to defer over to Demmer, and Demmer will choose down to start period number 2. That's exactly what the Bobcats needed right there, something to get excited about. And with just a little bit more time, there's a nice reverse stand to cradle there by Demmer. He's got 2 for the reversal. He's working on some back points here. He's got 2 and 2. So Elijah Demmer now working on a major decision, 9-0. That little hip toss might have taken a lot out of Jack Anson as Demmer went right to work on that sit-out, trapped the wrist and hit that little roll, and Anson found himself on his back again. And Demmer couldn't quite get it tight enough to get the fall there, but he picked up 2 and 2. That was working on a major decision. Now an inside wrist by Demmer. Got the left wrist rolled out to a bar. He's trying to scoop that left arm. Anson trying to posts his right leg to prevent Demmer from pitching him to his back. Now Demmer trying to thread the needle and set up a farmer. He's got the elbow in the right ear of Anson. Anson up on all fours. Demmer hooking the left ankle. Demmer doing a great job here, Jamie. Chest down, applying a lot of pressure, keeping that left arm trapped across his back. I'm telling you what, that takes a lot out of the guy that's on the bottom.
It does, and I like what he's doing. Now he's looking to hook up a farmer here, and you got to, when you get in that, you got to make sure that he's broke down, or else he's, as you're going to see here, Anson's going to pop up to his hips. But you got to make sure he's flat if you're going to try to run that farmer.
Well, it certainly is, and what I liked Demmer was doing, he was keeping his chest down and keeping pressure on that. There's a nice 2-on-1 Russian by Demmer, tried to hit a short drag off that to the right side of Jack Anson. 18 seconds left to go. Demmer up 9-1. Anson now trying to dive in on a double of his own, and Demmer's going to back up and pull Anson off the mat. 14 seconds left. 9-1 is our match score right here in favor of the junior from Western Dubuque, Elijah Demmer. Our meet score here is 32-0. Bobcats trying to find a way to stop the momentum. Oh boy, Demmer almost had that hip toss one more time as Anson reached in with his left and then left his right arm up. And Demmer almost had that hip toss. Anson reaches with that left and then leaves his right arm up. So we'll see if Demmer can bait him into that one more time and maybe pitch him to his back and end this thing. Neutral position, Anson's choice. There's a nice snap. Nice snap by Demmer, but he couldn't quite get the corner cut. Now double underhook by Demmer, overhooks by Anson. Anson's going to back out of it. He'll take a half a shot back into Demmer. Demmer will back out and then back to the feet. Both wrestlers go. 131 and counting here. Demmer with a hard collar tie with the right. Good hand control with the left. There's a nice elbow pass by Demmer. Anson now drops in on a single. Tries to tie up the left leg of Elijah Demmer. Demmer in a nice down block. Maybe a gut wrench by Demmer. Just wraps himself around the waist. Gut wrenches. Anson pops him off. Now maybe a drive cradle by Demmer. He's got his head in the left rib cage. That's going to be a step over. That's going to be a 2-point takedown by Demmer as he stepped over the ankle. Demmer now finds himself on his left hip. With 49 seconds left to go. And now he's going to pop the hips of Anson and take Anson back down off his base. And Demmer's wisely going to cover his hips up and go back to work from left to right. Hard crossface from Demmer. Like to see that right now with 30 seconds left to go in this match. Elijah Demmer still wrestling. And we've talked about that a lot too, Jamie. Wrestling from whistle to whistle.
Yeah, we have, and now we're going to get a stall warning against Anson. And I like what Demmer's doing. Building on that lead and going to get a major decision. That's what the Bobcats needed here.
And ends up this period with a nice Turk, and he's not going to get any points out of it. But he ends up on top, and that's just a great match there by Elijah Demmer. So a nice shot by Demmer. He'll get the Bobcats on the scoreboard with a nice major decision over Jack Anson. Well, we're going up to 152. It's going to be a great match right here, Jamie. You got number 4 or 5 Krimsky taking on number 7 Heffley. It's going to be a great match.
New rankings out today, and Karimsky coming in ranked number 5 and Heffley number 7. So
you got 5 and 7. You got a medal match going on here right here, Jamie. So both these coaches know what's at stake. They're fighting for a trip to the well, so they both know what's at stake here. There's a long shot by Heffley. Nice down block by Krimsky. Heffley might pick up a 2-point takedown here. Krimsky in a neck wrench, and he's not going to finish the neck wrench here. There's going to be a 2-point takedown by Heffley. He got his head up and to the outside enough where Krimsky couldn't get a good grip on that head. Now a head lever by Heffley on the right side of Krimsky as Krimsky off his base, belly down, and now double inside wrist by Heffley. Again, the City Hawks have done a nice job tying up the wrist. Krimsky to his feet, looking for a one-point escape, and there it is. Krimsky right back in on a shot, and off the edge of the mat goes Heffley. And what these two guys are short, squatty, muscular guys here. Tell you what, both guys same height. You put them back to back, and you might not be able to tell who is who. The reception of their uniforms on tonight, as Western Dubuque is sporting their black singlets with the white and red piping down the side. There's a high crotch by Heffley. Nice counter by Krimsky, as he's got nice hip pressure on the head of Heffley. And Krimsky's going to come out of there with no points as Heffley dropping in on a fireman, trying to get a fireman's on Krimsky. Krimsky trying to hit the go behind. Heffley switches off to a single. He's going to try to cut the angle on Krimsky. Krimsky's going to try to roll him through. Heffley might pop his head out of here for a 2-point takedown. Heffley trying to step over the legs of Krimsky, and that's going to be a 2-point takedown. So Heffley's going to go up 4-1, and Krimsky's going to have to cover up. So a great match here underway. Number 5 ranked Krimsky, number 7 ranked Heffley.
Did they miss a penalty point? Was there a penalty point?
So, Jamie, there's 2 takedowns by Heffley and 1 escape.
They have it 5-1 on track, so
I think it's just 2 takedowns by Heffley and a 1-point escape by Krimsky, and it's going to be Krimsky's choice. He's going to choose down. So Kyle Heffley does a nice job with those ducks and underhooks to singles, and Krimsky chose down, so he's going to have to get moving here. Tight waist, hard tight waist by Heffley. Heffley now trying to dig a chicken wing on the right side of Krimsky. And Krimsky's trying to punch that right arm forward as Heffley tries to dig that wing in just a little bit deeper.
The Riker doing a good job trying to build his base, but he's got to keep coming here. You got to try to cut this lead in half, make it 4-2, and then go to work on your feet. He's been close a couple times on his feet. He's just got to get in here, try to even the match up, and then execute on one of those shots.
Well, 121 and counting, and Heffley very physical up on top as he's applying a lot of pressure with his hips, and then making Krimsky carry all of his weight on his hands and his shoulders. And we talk about that a lot, Jamie, on how that wears on you as the match goes on. There's a chicken wing now by Heffley on the left side of Krimsky. He's got it locked up, got it in deep. He's trying to dig an inside wrist on the right side. Riker Krimsky has not found an answer to this very physical ride by number 7 ranked Kyle Heffley. Krimsky now working some hand control underneath, trying to get to a short set. Now base by Krimsky. He's up on all fours. Now hard tight waist by Heffley. Finds Krimsky back down on the mat. 35 seconds and counting. Krimsky needs to score in this period. Jamie, as it will be Heffley's choice, might be stalling against Heffley, but no, we get a stalemate. Heffley right in that 2-on-1. Both these guys are very, very physical. We're going to restart. There's an outside stand-up attempt by Krimsky, and a chop by Heffley brings Krimsky back down to the mat. 19 seconds left to go. Sit-out turn-in by Krimsky, a hard, tight waist by Heffley. I'm telling you what, that grip and that strength by Kyle Heffley has been very dominated here on the top of Krimsky.
It really has, and Riker chose down for this second period, and he got up to his base once, and really, other than that, he didn't have an answer for all the work that Heffley was doing on top.
Well, it's going to be Heffley's choice, and he's going to choose down. We'll see what Krimsky decides to do. He's going to ride the right side, and now an inside stand-up by Heffley. Krimsky tries to go around the head and set up a drive cradle, near side cradle on the right side of Heffley. He's got the head of Heffley curled up, but couldn't quite drive his head into the rib cage and lock it up as Heffley goes belly down. Now Heffley belly down. Krimsky trying to go cross face from right to left and lock up a cross face cradle, get hand control by Heffley underneath. Now a head lever by Krimsky has Heffley back on his belly. 126 now. Might get stalling against Heffley. There's a half Nelson by Krimsky on the left side, inside wrist on the right. Half Nelson with the left. Heffley peels the half Nelson off. And to see what Kyle Heffley's idea is here, Jamie. He's just going to let Krinsky ride him out here and not give up any points. 1 point escape by Heffley, and Heffley, as Krinsky reaches, Heffley drops in on a single. Krinsky now trying to cut the corner on Heffley. And he's going to be a nice stalemate with 50 seconds left. Krinsky get a hustle. He needs 3 takedowns, Jamie. And right now, Heffley's been in on all the shots. Number 5, Krinsky. Number 7, Heffley. And Heffley right in on another single. And boy, does a nice job switching direction. Pops his head to the outside. He's trying to cut the corner with an outside step. Nice gut wrench there by Krinsky. Has Heffley belly down. 31 seconds left to go. Might get a twisting knee there on Krinsky. Heffley again. Might be a 2-point. Heffley locked up on the left leg of Krinsky one more time. Krinsky trying to cut the corner. We're going to get a stalemate. Heffley very, very strong when he gets to that position. 5-1 is your match score here. Front headlock down by Krinsky. Krinsky's going to have to get something big here with 6 seconds left. Might get a 2-point takedown. There it is. It's going to be 5-3. He's going to run out of time right there. Tough match. Good match. Number 7, Heffley will take a 5-3 win there. That'll be 3 more points for the City Hawks, for the City High Little Hawks there, as they will take a 35-4 lead now, Jamie.
Yeah, they will. And with that, we will take a short break and come back for 160 pounds. Right after this, you're listening to Bobcat Regional Dual Wrestling from KMCH Sports.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
Sode's Green Acre, located in Guttenberg, offers a fun shopping experience for the entire family. Retro candy, unique gifts and toys, gourmet foods, coffee and tea, top shelf spirits, craft beer and wine, plus a cafe with full bar service. Sode's Green Acre in Guttenberg. Find them on Facebook.
Back into City High School. And we've got Wilfred Cadeau from Iowa City High taking on Levi Birds of Western Dubuque. It's currently a 6-2 lead here for Wilfred Cadeau. 3 takedowns early on in this match.
We'll quickly see why he's ranked number 4, Jamie. Very quick, very strong, very physical. He's got Birds on his back. Might be a fall here, as he's got a half Nelson sunk in deep. The referee down looking for the fall. Now he's going to scoop the left arm of Levi Bird. And Cadeau's going to tee out. Bird's trying to rock back and forth, trying to get off his back. 37 seconds left. And there's the foul right there at 125.
It's going to make our team score now with that ball, the 5th ball for the Little Hawks, 41-4. The lead here for City High as we move up to 170. It's going to be Jake Hush. He'll be taking on Brandon Lala.
And Jamie, with that win and fall there by Cadeau, who that's going to salt it away for the mathematically the Bobcats cannot come back and win this as they're down by 37. 5 pins here by the Bobcats to give them 30. It'd be a 41-34. So the Bobcats are going to wrestle for a little pride right here, as the City High Little Hawks here will qualify for the regional duel. There's a nice high crotch, cut across to a double by Jake Hush. As Brandon Lala is a junior here for the Little Hawks here. It's going to be an escape by Lala. And Jake Hush goes back to work on the prowl elbow pass by Lala. Lala might have a 2-point takedown on the go-behind. This is returned by Lala. It's going to be a 2-point takedown there. So he hit Jake Hush with an elbow pass right to a low single, and then went behind, lift and return, and it's should be
4-4.
That's 4-4.
2 takedowns for Hush, 2 escapes for Lala.
2 escapes and a takedown for Lala. So They have it right there, 5-4 right now with 51 seconds left to go.
Hosh picked up the escape for the Bobcats. So he leads at 5-4. Got to go back to work on his feet here. He had those first two takedowns came very easy for Jake Hush, and he's got to get back to that here.
Yeah, he certainly does. And Lala's been very good with the elbow pass. He's taking that right elbow of Jake Hush and passing it. There's a slide-by attempt by Lala. Nice job by Hush. Blocks him off. So Lala's been working that elbow pass on the right side of Hush. So this time Hush gives him a left elbow and nothing to work with it there. Again, 22 seconds left to go. There's a elbow post, and Lala drops in on a double. Nice down block by Hush. And Hush is going to come right back to his feet and drive Lala off the mat. So back to the middle we go.
Yeah, try to get a takedown here. We always talk about getting those late period points. It'd be a good spot for a takedown by Jake Hush. Just 8 seconds left to go.
Good hand control there by Hush with 5 seconds left. And we're going to go to the second period with a Jake Hush swinging to a 5-4 lead. It'll be Hush's choice, and he's going to go down. He's going to defer now. Lala will go down. So Jake Hush wanted to go down, and then it looked over to Coach Cleary and went with the defer. But they score this tight. There's going to be a quick stand-up and a 3-second escape for Lala. Now we're tied up at 5, and there comes that elbow pass again by Lala. Now it's over and under by Hush. Double underhook by Hush. Got to be careful if you're Jake Hush. Lala's got position for a headlock. There's a nice little hip toss there by Jake Hush as he picks up a 2-point takedown. Boy, Brandon Lala had the head of Jake Hush, and it looks like all he had to do was step through. But Jake Hush did a nice job lowering his level and not allowing the Lala to get his hips underneath Hush. There's a stand-up by Lala. He's going to face off Hush. 7-6, 119 and counting. Lala drops in on a double. Nice counter by Hush. Underhook on the right side. Stuff the head with the left. Hush will push him off, then back to the center they go. 103 and counting, 7-6 for the sophomore from Western Dubuque. And mathematically, figure that out mathematically, the Bobcats are out of it if you're just joining us. But got some great matches left. We'll see what Coach Paul Cleary decides to do with the rest of this dual meet. 40 seconds left to go in the second period here. Again, our dual meet score is 41-4. Nice slide by attempt by Lala. Great defense by Hush as he squared Lala off, not allowing him to get the corner. So after a fast and furious first period for Jake Hush, he slowed down just a little bit on his feet. He deferred. There's a nice tap and go by Hush. He's in on a high crotch. He's got to cut the corner and switch off to a double here, Jamie, or do what he did, lift and return.
Nice.
That's a nice job right there.
You stop a lot of moves by your opponent by just elevating him and getting him off the mat. Great job there by Jake Hush. Late in the period, too. You got to like that as he goes up 9-6 with his 4th takedown of the match.
It was just picture perfect. He got in there and just lifted, got his hips underneath, and got Lala up off the mat. And just a nice job there by the sophomore. 9-6. We're going to go to the third period. It's going to be Hush's choice. He will choose down to start this third period. Lala up on top, start on the left, quickly switched over to the right. There's a lift and return by Lala, almost locked hands. There's nice hips by Hush as he splits the hands of Lala. He's going to turn and face him for a 1-point escape. It's now 10-6. Lala still trying to work that slide by to his left, to the right side of Jake Hush. But the Bobcat faithful still here, still trying to encourage their Bobcats. And then we can quickly see, Jamie, why City High is ranked number 6. They are solid all the way up and down this lineup.
Yeah, they really are. And wouldn't be surprised to see them do some good things at the state duels. I'm not sure. There's some really good teams ahead of them, but I tell you what, they're going to make some noise down at the state duels.
106 left to count in. Hush up 10-6. Lala's still trying to work that slide by, and Hush has that figured out. A couple of fake shots by Lala. Now Lala in on a double in deep, And nice job by Hush. Nice down block as he stuffs the head. They both go off the edge of the mat. Looks clearly up, encouraging his sophomore to keep his feet moving. There's a long double shot by Hush. And Lala's going to snap him down and spin, and it's going to be a 2-point takedown by Lala. Might see Lala set him loose. Down inside wrist by Lala on the right side. He's trying to take that inside wrist to Jake Hush and wrap it across his back. And Hush has a better idea, and that's getting it back underneath him.
Be careful here if you're Jake Hush. You know, you only have that 2-point lead. You gotta get out here and try to score here with 31 seconds left, because you get turned and this match is either going to be tied or you're going to give up a lead.
And then there's a hard, tight waist and a chop by Lala. Takes Hush off to his left side. Claw ride now by Lala. Spiral ride with the right, claw ride with the left. 17 seconds left to go. Hush to his feet. There's going to be a 1-point escape. Now there's a hard double by Lala. Then deep on the leg of Jake Hush. Might be a 2-point takedown. Hush wrapped around the waist of Lala. Lala's got his head trapped between the legs of Jake Hush. And Hush is going to win this match by a score of 11-8.
Great job.
Nice match there, Jamie.
Great job there by Jake Hush getting a win in that match there and making the score now 41-7 in favor of the City High Little Hawks here, as we're going to move up to weight class 182, and this is, I believe, going to be Jackson Berger. I believe.
For the Little Hawks?
No, for the Bobcats. Oh, this is going to be Jettison Lux Morales taking on Daniel Gustafson.
Daniel Gustafson, I'll tell you what, Lux Morales came right out with tried to throw, got his hips underneath, tried to throw Daniel Gustafson. Gustafson is a freshman for the Little Hawks. So Lux Morales trying to get her done early, had Gustafson going to his back and couldn't get his hips out and on top, and that let Gustafson rolling through. So good idea there by Lux Morales. He's a senior. Most likely wrestling his last match of his senior campaign for the Bobcats. And Gustafson now with an inside wrist. What do you got for us, Jamie?
I want to thank our sponsors here of Western Dubuque Wrestling here tonight: Mormon Insurance and People's Insurance, Gateway Appliance, Community Insurance, Leonard Muller Funeral Home, and Ace Body Shop. Bobcats trailing 41-7 in the team score, but this is
you're right, sorry.
Dan Gustafson with a 2-0 lead over Jettison Lux Morales.
Yes, indeed. And 49 seconds left to go. Gustafson up on top, right in an inside wrist with a half Nelson. And Lux Morales doing a nice job keeping his head up and peeling the half Nelson off, as Gustafson had that in buried very deeply. And Lux Morales reached up and peeled it off. Lux Morales now with the hip ice. Let's see if he can put Gustafson to his back. Lux Morales has a 2-point reversal, has Gustafson on his back. Let's see if he can sink that half Nelson. It might be a fall right there. There's the fall. But Lux Morales in 141. A nice sit out to a roll as Lux Morales finds Gustafson on his back and picks up a fall there, Jamie. Boy, that was just very nice to see right there for the senior from Western Dubuque.
Yes, it was, and he did a great job there, is getting the fall in that match and getting the Bobcats up 4. This is going to be Tim Feltis for Western Dubuque.
This is Jacob Dykes. He's ranked number 2, Jamie, at 195. And I tell you what, he is very unassuming as a 195-pounder. He's not very muscular. Not very big for a 195-pounder. Heavy hips and heavy legs, but very deceiving for number 2 ranked in Class 3A.
Yeah, but I tell you what, he looks pretty calm out there on the mat. You know, like you said, watching him wrestle, he looks like he knows what he's doing, but you wouldn't think that when he came out to the mat. But It's going to be one of those matches Tim Feltus has got to try to make something happen and create some space here underneath and try to cut this lead in half. 2-0. Again, the Bobcats trail 41-13 in the dual meet. And our coverage here tonight brought to you by G&B Bank, Above and Beyond, Dupaco, Gudenkauf, Tiling, Excavating, and Directional Drilling, and the Manchester Press. Appreciate all the support of our area sponsors.
Well, there's a hard ride there by Jacob Dykes. Set that inside wrist on the right, rolled out to a bar. He's going to try to tilt Feltus. And you can see Dykes using that leverage that he's got in that long frame. He's got a lot of leverage there, and he's got the arms of Feltus wrapped up. Now Feltus will get his arms back, and Dykes will go from the right side over to the left side. Got a half Nelson in on the left side. Spiral ride with the right, now an inside wrist with the right. Now he's going to crank Feltus over to his back. Could be a quick fall here by Dykes. He's got that half Nelson in deep. And there's the fall in 1:36. They'll put 6 more up on the City High ledger there as they go up now by a score of 47-13 with 2 matches to go. And we'll see who the Bobcats bring out to the map. Looks like Ivan Russler. Yep. Jason Lemus and Simon Russler. There's an opportunity, I think, where the Bobcats could pick up some points here, Jamie. And we'll see what Simon Russler, he's a junior. So what's happening here, Jamie? The Bobcats, they've got a young lineup. And this is one of those opportunities where you go in and you wrestle a very good City High team and you chalk that up for experience coming down the road, you know. And you always learn a lesson, and you can always get better from that lesson that you learn. As Simon Russler in on a shot, and he's going to drive Lemus off the edge of the mat here. 47-13 is our match score. Whereas our meet score, 0-0 is our match score. This is our front headlock by Simon Russler, and Lemus is going to find the edge of the mat. Wiggles his way off the white line and out of bounds. Simon Russler definitely has the height advantage here over a much shorter Lemus, Jason Lemus. Lemus using that short frame to keep Simon Russler away. There's a slide-by attempt by Lemus, and Simon Russler squares him off. 58 seconds and counting here. Simon Russler trying to get a double underhook. He's got an underhook on the right. Now he reaches down, tries to pick up a single. Once again, Lemus finds the edge of the mat. Nice shot by Simon Russler, Jamie, using that underhook to attack low level.
Yeah, nice. Now you got to finish one here. We didn't see Simon Russler in that first duel, but see what he can do here is it's going to be stalling against Lemus. And now in a good position is Jason Simon Russell. Got that front headlock. Got Lemus kind of going where he wants him to. He's just got to finish here.
Yeah, Lemus is controlling that right elbow as Simon Russell had the front headlock in, and Lemus was latched onto that right elbow and keeping Simon Russell from cutting the corner. With 16 seconds left to go, it looks like we might go to period number 2 with a scoreless tie up on the board. Oh, there's a slide by Lemus. He kind of catches Simon Russell flat-footed there. And Russell's going to pick up a 1-point escape. No, he's not. So caught Simon Russell flat-footed there, Jamie, and hit him with the slide-by and the leg lace. And got Simon Russell on all fours and picked up a 2 with short time. So very crafty move there with short time by Lemus. Simon Russell will choose down, now up on all fours, and we're going to go back to our feet. We'll see if Simon Russell's got an answer here. Jason Lemus and Simon Russler here. Been pushing and shoving still. Slide by attempt now by Simon Russler. Lemus has been warned for stalling Simon Russler's got to keep the pressure on. Hard collar tie with the right, underhook with the left. by Simon Ressler. 1:34 in the second period. Ressler trying to work double underhooks here, trying to get on top of Lemus and snap him down again. But Lemus doing a good job keeping his head up and keeping his look. There's a nice single. Oh, boy. Nice single. Nice single by Simon Ressler. And off the edge of the mat, though, Simon Ressler took that head and drilled it right into the rib cage, right into the sternum of Morales, and set Morales on his backside. But just happened to step on the white line and made him out of bounds. So that slide by attempt again by Lemus. This time Ressler was waiting for it. I'm telling you what, they squared off. Go ahead, Jamie.
And Lemus just about ended up with another takedown, but a nice job there, just sagging by Jason Simon Ressler, getting a takedown of his own.
Simon Ressler with a half Nelson in here, trying to drive Lemus to his back. Trying to get real physical with the sophomore from City High. 46 seconds left to go. Inside wrist now by Simon Ressler on the left. Lemus trying to work the edge of the mat one more time, trying to work that white line. Ressler trying to lift him up and pull him back on, and Lemus will find the edge. And Ressler will go off, and we'll have to go back to the middle.
Simon Ressler, if we were in freestyle, he'd be looking at a pretty good crotch lift there, but right on the edge of the match, but not gonna get you any points here.
Well, as a whistle on the restart, Ressler drops Lemus off to his right hip, steps over that right ankle, now grabs that inside wrist on the right, looking for a half Nelson on the left, down inside wrist on the left, rolling it out to a bar. Lemus has been warned for stalling once, Jamie. I'd be thinking that other stalling call would be coming here. Simon Ressler now with an inside wrist, rolls it out, trying to look for a whip over. And Lemus is going to come to the score outside the Ressler. Tied up 3-3. Once again, a very opportunistic Lemus scoring this a short time.
He did. Now it's going to be his choice to start the third. So Simon Ressler is going to have to, if you let him go, you got to get a takedown to win it, but try to get a turn here on top.
A nice head lever by Simon Ressler. Went to run the head lever and lost the wrist. He might have had Lemus going to his back as he had the right shoulder posted, and tried to drop that in there, Jamie. And let's see if we get a stalling call against Lemus. As Ressler's working side to side now, another butcher attempt by Simon Ressler on the right side. Ressler now trying to set up a drive cradle, a near side cradle. Let's see if he can drop his head right in the rib cage of Lemus. Lemus very defensive underneath. Ressler now trying to scoop that right leg to the head of Lemus. And once again, Lemus
is not doing anything.
There it is right there, Jamie. Stalling now against Lemus, so Ressler will take a 1-point lead. And here comes Lemus with that short sit turn in. And Ressler has Lemus on his back. And he's not going to get any back points. Might get 2. Let's see if he gets 2. He's not even going to get 2. Coach Cleary's asking for a 2-point near fall before his toes went up. Well, I'm thinking that's 2, Jamie. Not going to get it. So with 54 seconds left to go, Simon Ressler finds himself in a precarious situation, hanging on to a 1-point lead against a very opportunistic Jason Lemus from City High. 40 seconds left to go. Lemus again, belly down. Lemus is going to take a look at the clock. We'll see if we get another stalling call against Lemus. As he goes belly down, now claw ride by Simon Ressler. Claw ride with the left, inside thigh. Here comes that sit-out turning by Lemus. Half Nelson attempt by Simon Ressler. And 19 seconds left to go. Ressler now lapses onto a cross wrist ride as he's got Lemus belly down. This might be enough. Although Lemus has scored twice with under 10 seconds, Ressler's now got him buried with a chicken wing belly down. 4 seconds left to go. Well, it looks like Simon Ressler will hang on and win this match 4-3. Four to 3 right there. So that's going to give the Bobcats 16 and the Little Hawks 47 with 1 match to go. Jacob Murray for the Little Hawks. I'll tell you what, Jamie, I think they just pulled him off the football team. Holy mackerel. Talk about a guy with some tree trunks below his waist. That would be Jacob Murray. Not sure what his record is. Nathan Simon here will have his work cut out for him. There's a bear hug by Murray. He got in deep, and I'm telling you what, that's a physical specimen.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, in the introductions before this duel started, you wouldn't think that, but he's another one of those unassuming wrestlers here. He's a little more, you know, looks can be deceiving. You know, he came out and doesn't look like he'd be real good at wrestling, but I tell you what, he's impressive. The size of him is, like you said, looks like maybe an offensive lineman for the City High football team. But get our team score 46-16. Bobcats trailing. City High will advance to the state duels. They'll wrestle at 9 a.m. on Wednesday at the Wells Fargo Arena. And our coverage tonight brought to you by the Palace Saloon, Precision Collision, Honey Creek Storage, Beavers Lounge, and Russell Insurance.
We've always had some great sponsors, Jamie, and once again, there's no doubt to that. So we've got a lot of people that love wrestling, that love sports in Northeast Iowa, and they do their best to keep us up and running, and we certainly appreciate that. Nathan Simon, belly down, inside wrist by Murray. He's trying to crank Simon over. Surprised that Murray didn't cut him loose and go right back to that bear hug, but that's a good thing for Nathan Simon. He's in pretty good position right now as Murray's trying to dig a chicken wing on the right side. With 32 seconds left, Murray now digs the chicken wing in on the right side, inside wrist on the left. He may go out to the head of Simon trying to run that. Simon's going to have to work that right wrist to his head and break that chicken wing. Murray now jumps off the legs, and Simon does a nice job rotating that right elbow to his head, takes the wing out, and we might go to the second period with a 2-0 score in favor of the Little Hawk, Jacob Murray. Now we're going to get stalling against Nathan Simon with 2 seconds left. All right, let's see whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be Simon's choice. He's going to choose down, Jamie. You have to get going here. You choose down, and you're going to have to get your hips out in a hurry. I tell you what, when you get big Jacob Murray draping on top of you, that is easier said than done. I'm telling you, that's what he is doing, too, as he drapes over the top and kind of dwarfs Nathan Simon. Murray up on top now, riding an inside wrist. Now a hard crossface from right to left.
And like you said, you got to get moving. You got to build your base here if you're Nathan Simon, and work up a little bit here. As you've already been hit for stalling once, got to create some distance here and some movement.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, Jamie. I'm not sure what Murray tips on the scale, but he's got to be at least 270. And he's got a lot of length, a lot of height with it, too. And most of that weight is below his waist. The hips and his legs very powerful. There's a half Nelson, particularly with a half Nelson as it throws Simon to his back. Simon tries to roll through, and Murray readjusts and tries to tee out. Simon doing a great job trying to find. He's got 57 seconds. But he's got a side of beef on top of him by the name of Jacob Murray. Murray trying to tee out on Nathan Simon. Doing a great job trying to bench press Murray off or referee down. There's the foul right there. 3-16, Jamie. 3-16. And that's going to do it for the Little Hawk. As they start this meet with a pin, they end it with a pin. They're going to win this duel 53-16. We'll take a short timeout. Jamie will have his facts and figures added up for us, and he'll be back with a recap and then some announcements about what's going to happen the rest of this week by KMCH. Stay with us. You won't want to miss Jamie's recap. You've been listening to Regional Dual Team Action right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Our local sports teams build strong programs by mastering the fundamentals of the game. Our F&M Bank team has also built a strong foundation on mastering the fundamentals in banking, where a handshake goes a long way. You are provided clear-cut solutions to your financial questions, where you are greeted by name. This is the F&M Personal Touch. F&M Bank, the right choice, member FDIC.
Winter Blocker does all custom and specialty processing and third-party labeling. Stop at the Winter Blocker for a large selection of quality beef, pork, and lamb. Good luck from Winter Blocker. Visit them at winterblocker.com.
Just like you take pride in your vehicle, we take pride in the service work we provide. This is John from Georgian Auto in Manchester. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, we'll take care of your car and get it back on the road. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is our complete focus.
Bramy Drug provides fast, convenient service from a professional staff. Enjoy off-the-street front row parking and drive-through window to make dropping off and picking up your prescriptions a breeze. Caring beyond prescriptions. Bramy Drug on East Main in Manchester.
Best of luck to all area athletes from your friends at Pets Allowed in Independence. Your pet's lodging, grooming, and training specialist for 17-plus years. Contact Pets Allowed at 334-7387. 334-PETS. Independence.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
And back in here to Iowa City, Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed along with you. Our coverage tonight brought to you by Edgewood Oil Company, Newhouse Construction, Sodes Green Acres, F&M Bank, and the Winthrop Locker. Thank them for our coverage of Western Dubuque Wrestling here tonight. Our dual meet wrapping up here is Western Dubuque falling in this regional dual final 53-16 as we recap this dual meet here. Started at 106. It was Dawson Bierman losing by fall for the Bobcats to Ethan Wood Finley of Iowa City High. That put the Little Hawks up 6-0. 113, it was Garrett Borman of City High with a fall in 152 over Jalen Kidd. At 120, it was Michael Santoro of City High with a 13-4 major decision over Joe Gamblin of Western Dubuque. At 126, it was Reese Caven for City High with a fall in 228 over Dakota Lau. At 132, it was Lance Borman of City High with a 10-2 major decision over J.D. Kleesner of Western Dubuque. And at 138, it was Joey Harney of City High with a 28-second fall over Trenton Miller of Western Dubuque. That put the Little Hawks up 32-0 before Elijah Demmer picked up an 11-1 major decision over Jack Anson. That put the Bobcats on the board 32-4, our team score. At 152, it was Kyle Heffley of City High with a 5-3 win over Riker Karinsky. At 160, it was Wilfred Cadu with a 1-minute, 25-second fall over Levi Birds of Western Dubuque. That made it 41-4. Jay Kush with an 11-8 win over Brandon Lala made it 41-7. And then it was Jettison Lux Morales of Western Dubuque with a reversal and a fall in 141 over Dan Gustafson of City High. At 195, it was Jacob Dykes, second ranked in the state at 195 for the Little Hawks with a 1-minute, 36-second fall over Tim Feltus of Western Dubuque, made it 47-13. And at 220, Jason Simon Wrestler with a 4-3 decision over Jason Lemus of City High. That made it 47-16. But at heavyweight, it was Jacob Murray of City High with a fall in 3 minutes and 16 seconds over Nathan Simon, making the final team score 56-13 in favor of the City High Little Hawks. And some meet totals here from this dual meet. City High had 24 takedowns. Western Dubuque had 8. 2 major decisions for the Little Hawks, 1 for Western Dubuque. The Little Hawks had 7 falls, Western Dubuque with 1. And City High won 10 matches. Western Dubuque won 4 in a dual meet that lasted 1 hour and 17 minutes. So, Roger, tough luck for the Bobcats here tonight. They fall, but I tell you what, they got, kind of broke up the week a little bit as they've had, a week and a half off since the Walmart Conference tournament, and they come here tonight, and like I said, kind of break things up a little bit here with a regional duel, get get back onto the mat in some competition.
Well, right. You know, you give your best effort here tonight, try to get yourself back down to the well, and, you know, sometimes that doesn't happen. You know, you faced a better team, and City High is a solid team. They proved that by winning the MAC conference there, winning the Mississippi, winning the conference. MVC, thank you. Winning the conference there, and they've done a lot of great things this year. And you came here, you put your best effort there, and you don't get it. So now what you've got to do, now it turns all individual. So you've got Thursday and Friday to get ready for the district meet, and it goes to about, okay, now what can you do Saturday? What can you do to get your kids in the best position to qualify as individuals to Des Moines to wrestle in the state individual tournament? And the other thing you do is you use this as motivation as a team for next year. You got a young team coming back with only 3 seniors. You got a great nucleus of kids coming back that have wrestled a lot of matches. So you use that as a little bit of motivation to get those kids fired about and thinking, hey, next year.
Yeah, and speaking of next year, you know, you wrestled 2 teams that you're going to have to become familiar with next season, as the Bobcats will join that Mississippi Valley Conference with the 2 teams they wrestled tonight in Linn-Mar and Iowa City High. So you're going to be playing these 2 teams a lot here, or not playing. I saw 2 kids playing basketball, but we don't play. We wrestle. Well, you're going to be wrestling these 2 teams a lot in the future as the Bobcats will join the Mississippi Valley Conference. So you've got that to look forward to as well.
Well, you certainly do, and it looks like you know, they're probably going to be in the half with the Tigers, the Jayhawks, the Lions, the Cougars, and that side. I think they're putting Liberty in the other half, Jamie, eventually. So that's going to be a very salty conference. So Western Dubuque will take a step up. You know, the Walmac's not a slouch conference in wrestling, but they went from a tough 2A conference to a real tough 3A conference in wrestling. So, again, a lot of motivation, a lot of work, a lot of things to think about for next year for Coach Cleary, his staff, and his wrestlers.
Absolutely, as they turn their attention, like you mentioned, to the individual side of things now, as they will wrestle at districts. They're going to host their district, and you and I know very well the environment that Bobcat Nation provides when they host a home meet. And that'll be the case here on Saturday, as they will host a Class 3A District number 3 with Cedar Falls, Clinton, Linn-Mar, who they saw tonight, North Scott, Pleasant Valley, Waterloo East, and Waterloo West, all coming into that district meet on Saturday. And I tell you what, it always seems like every time the Bobcats host a district meet, or any meet for that matter, things go very well for Western Dubuque.
Well, they got great crowd following. All you had to do was look at the people below us. They had a section, almost 2 sections full of fans. I would probably venture to say they had as many fans as the whole City High Little Hawks had here tonight, Jamie. So they travel well. They love their wrestling. They love their kids. They love to support them. And when that gym is full at Epworth, you know, good things usually happen for the Bobcats.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at what we've got coming up here the rest of the week. Starting tomorrow night, it's going to be Area Girls Regional Basketball in Class 1A. First round, it's going to be Edco taking on Central Elkader in Edgewood. 7 o'clock tip with John Swisher and Roger Wright. And then Friday, the West Delaware boys have their regular season finale, as they will be at Marion, as starting at 7:30. That'll be with John Swisher and Bill Logan on the call of that one. Then Saturday, we've got the Winter Sports Coaches Corner starting at 9 a.m., as John Swisher will have the Coaches Corner on Saturday morning, as, of course, I'll have West Delaware head coach Jeff Voss on the Coaches Corner with me Saturday. And then, of course, you and I will be at Independence for that Class 2A district at Independence, with West Delaware and Independence wrestling teams will be in that district. And then, of course, we'll be doing updates from all of our other area districts throughout the day on Saturday. So we're going to be busy here, especially on Saturday. And Roger, that's going to be our next coverage, is Saturday. And you know, you and I talked about kids laying it all on the line last Saturday at that sectional meet. It's even doubled that this coming Saturday at the district meet.
That's going to be a brawl, Jamie, in the Independence gym. And you know, We're covering two really good teams, Independence and West Delaware, and there's just some quality competition there. And there's nothing like the district tournament. Like we talked about last week, the intensity level at the sectional was high. You're going to see it go up a couple of notches here on Saturday, because now you're fighting for a berth to Des Moines, and there's no tomorrows. And you're going to see guys that really get after it. You're going to see some upsets. You're going to see some people do some spectacular things. And I look forward to being at that tournament Saturday, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, again, our coverage tonight brought to you by our great sports boosters and our extra tournament sponsors, Georgian Auto, Ramey Drug, Pets Allowed, Lucky Building Service, Family Vision Center, Loker and Davis Law Firm, Louisiana Ag Automation, Clayton Drug, Back to Health Chiropractic, and Del Clay Farm Equipment. And then, of course, Dyersville Chiropractic as well, our sports boosters here for wrestling. Well, that's going to do it for us here. We want to thank all of our sports boosters and tournament sponsors for their coverage of Bobcat Wrestling here tonight on KMCH. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you this postseason coverage, so we appreciate all the efforts that they give us here in bringing you this postseason wrestling. And then, of course, basketball getting underway tomorrow night with postseason action. So we appreciate everything they do. So we encourage you to please get out there and shop locally. Want to thank everybody in studio with us here tonight, as Ashley Bramey, Ashley Vick, and Taylor Hammer in studio with us tonight. Great job, ladies, keeping us on the air throughout our coverage here tonight. Want to most of all thank you, the listeners, for tuning in tonight for Western Dubuque Wrestling. For Roger Reed, I'm Jamie Baskey saying have yourselves a great night, as once again the finals, Western Dubuque defeats Linn-Mar 54-15, and they fall in the regional dual final to Iowa City City High 53-16.